in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed
Hall of Famer, the Dr. Gary Overton. What has led to these outbursts late in games?
We separate the game in three stages, early, middle, and late innings. And during the early innings, even though there was a barrage of offense, it's almost like they're gauging the pitcher. They're trying to establish how they can score, whether it's going to take manufacturing of runs, whether it's going to take the long ball, or if you're just going to have to utilize base running and sheer skills. Then, as the game unfolds, they adapt.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
It's me, Nancy Garcia.
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
Excitement time! Clam down! Clam down! Clam down! Clam down! Pirates are going dancing, baby!
They picked us last. They picked us last. And now we're going dancing. We're going dancing.
How about those friggin' Pirates?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930 online, PR927FM.com. And watch the show on Facebook Live and YouTube. Be a part of our program today, as we will be talking NCAA tournament, ECU women's hoops, ECU baseball, and a little football as well. Spring practice is here. It is the intersection of everything happening, and we got you covered right here on Pirate Radio. Got some fresh Kim McNeil audio to get to on our Flight by Yingling ECU practice report, and about to start throwing in some football to the mix in our practice reports, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. So excited about that. So we've got Hoops Talk in hour one with Mack McCarthy, as we'll break down the bracket. We've got baseball talk in the 4 o'clock hour with Mully, as the Pirates get set for another 5-game week. They'll take on UNCW tonight on the road. We'll talk about that. We'll recap the weekend and more with Mully. World Baseball Classic going on. I've still yet to check that out. Just got too much going on right now. So we'll see how much Mully has been paying attention to with the World Baseball Classic. That and more on the way at 4 o'clock. We'll also talk about the worst call in college baseball history and his thoughts on that happening over the weekend. DG, David Glenn, will join us to talk some brackets coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. And then Bryce Williams will be filling out his bracket live at 5 o'clock. We'll talk a little football. Man, a lot of stuff going on in the NFL right now. The Giants make a big move today, bringing in Darren Waller. So they are starting to look like potentially a factor. At least they're taking things seriously, because they're looks like they're keeping their quarterback around, and Saquon, Waller. So we'll do NFL news and notes and more with Bryce Williams coming up, Pirate Radio Outdoors. I got a game plan for Shirley, Chandler, and Bryce, and all that coming up later on in today's show. So going to be fun, going to be hopefully informative, somewhat entertaining, but, you know, that is beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But we hope you are entertained on this Tuesday. Steve Hill says, Clampo!
Clipper!
Burgley. Shirley Rhodes is here. Hello, Shirley.
Hello, Clipper.
Chandler is here as well. What's up, man of Chan?
What's going on, Clipper? Good to see you, buddy.
Great to be here. Feeling good in the black and white today. These are my colors.
You look great.
Like Johnny Cash, I am the man in black. Mostly because I'm fat. Fat. How y'all feeling out there? You ready for the tournament? We got games tonight.
Are you ready for this?
Keep that going while I talk. We've got first four action coming up tonight right here on Pirate Radio.
6:30 airtime.
6:30 airtime. Mix in a few more. Y'all ready for this while I'm talking? So coming up tonight, we've got Southeast Missouri State, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. 6:30 airtime, 6:40-ish tip-off time as they get underway in the first four. And then later tonight, you've got, got to mix that part in too. Thank you, Shirley. Pittsburgh and Mississippi State, 9-10-ish tonight. Mississippi State, a 2.5-point favorite over Pitt. Those games. Thank you, Chandler. Those games on True TV, and we're not going to play this game. We're not going to play the game. We're not going to do the. What's True TV? I've never heard of True TV.
Why is it on True TV?
How do I find True TV?
Isn't that where Cops is on?
True TV? What is True TV? I don't even know if I got True TV.
Does that channel still exist?
We've been doing this for 20 years now, people. We're not playing that game where we pretend we don't know what True TV is. We're not going to do it. I'm not going to sit here and be a part of that. Google it, find it
on DirecTV.
Call your grandson, like my grandma will call me and ask me what channel the game's on. That's fine, but we're not going to play that game on this show. My grandma was hot last night. She was like, "Why didn't North Carolina make the tournament? Why is Houston a 1 seed? They looked like mess against ECU." She was hot. She was ready to fill out her bracket. Everybody ready for bracket time. Coach Mack going to join us in the Pirate Radio studios coming up in just a little bit. All right, Joe says, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now let me say, well. Nice live sigh by Shirley Rhodes there.
Well, that was because it was on a different page and I wasn't ready.
Joe says, enjoy listening when I can. What do you mean when you can? Why can't you create time to always listen? Are we second fiddle?
We're the second fiddle.
Are we not your number one priority?
We go beyond the call.
You are terrible!
That was a great moment in Pirate Radio Live history.
Hey, I think Tommy Tuberville's trying to.
He's got a message for Joe?
Yeah, he's got a message for Joe.
Go to hell!
Wow.
Get a job!
That's strong. Hey, maybe he's got a job. Maybe that's why we're not his top priority. I don't know.
Quit your job.
What do you want to start with?
That's a good question.
All right, I'll answer it. ECU women's basketball, Saturday night, 10 o'clock. You heard me correct, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
On ESPN. It's not on True TV. You don't have to worry about it. Wow. The only downside of this being the women's tournament, not the men's tournament, is you won't get to hear this song in the intro to the ECU Texas because it's on ESPN. It doesn't have the CBS sound and the music and the excitement and the madness.
Can I mention something about the women's tournament that maybe nobody has mentioned?
I
but
wish you would.
Please do.
I pray that you do.
You know how Troy D used to do the Could You Imagine?
Who are you talking about now?
Troy D.
Dreyfus?
Dreyfus.
Yeah. I remember
that
him.
guy?
Yeah. That guy.
Could you imagine the possibility of East Carolina making it to the Final Four in the NCAA tournament? No, I said, could you imagine?
Okay, I'm
Which
trying.
is a Troy D move.
I'm trying.
Total Troy D move.
Yeah.
Because you know how, like, ESPN has the Manning cast for Monday Night Football?
Yeah.
Well, they are bringing back the Sue and Dee show, a.k.a. Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi are going to be doing their version of the Manning cast. They did it last year for the NCAA tournament, and it was wildly successful. And they're going to do it again this year. That would be...
So are they doing it for the entire tournament? Or just the Final Four?
I think they're going to do it for the Final Four.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. But either way, I think that's going to be I mean, could you imagine?
Well, why would you watch that when you can watch the Pirate Radio Watch Along coming up Saturday night during East Carolina and Texas? We will be here with
killing
you
my bit, man.
inside the Pirate Radio studios.
I mean, just flatlined it,
Just-
dude.
I'm
Just
in-
ran right over it.
I'm in the steamroller right now, cruising along on Facebook Live.
What is that thing that
and
they
YouTube.
do on the ice? What is that thing called? The jabroni?
There's a jabroni and the Zamboni.
Zamboni, that's
Zamboni.
it. The jabroni. I knew that wasn't right.
Shirley's driving a jabroni around on the ice.
Yeah, well, I'd like to drive a Zamboni over your ass right about now. Quit killing my bits.
Saturday night, 10 o'clock, we'll be here inside the Pirate Radio studios, donning the jerseys, doing the chants, clamping down as East Carolina takes on Texas. I got to be honest, I don't even know who's on the... Have y'all looked? Do you know off the top of your head who the winner of ECU Texas would play?
No.
Which I think that's good. I think
have
that
no
means
idea.
we are one game at a time.
Yes.
We are
You want to
focused.
be one game at a time.
Just like Kim McNeil and the players. We're not looking ahead, but I'm about to look ahead and see who the winner of that game would be getting if East Carolina could pull off the monumental upset. I tweeted it out last night. I saw my first line. Chandler, did you see when I tweeted that?
I did.
Okay. 20.5 was the line that I saw between East Carolina and Texas. Oh, yeah. The winner of that game would get Louisville-Drake 5-12 matchup. How about Drake is a 12 in the men's and women's tournaments going for upsets? So that would be who is next, and that would be on Monday, which means another watch-along.
Hey, you win, you advance. But if
Survive.
You win, survive and watch along.
It's one of the most interesting visuals I've ever gotten on Pirate Radio. Shirley holding a can of spray cheese talking to Coach Mack. Just a crazy visual. Just something I thought I could never see in my life.
He said, is it the real stuff or is it the knockoff? I said, knockoff.
Knockoff spray cheese available in Studio B if anybody is interested. All right.
Can I mention this before we move on?
You know what? I'd like to go ahead and say something. You guys don't have to ask if you could mention something. Just mention it.
All right.
Don't even ask.
Well,
just say it.
I just want
No, because if I didn't ask, you'd look at me like I had just lost my mind when I said, could you imagine? Because he would absolutely kill the bit before it ever got started. So I had to ask permission.
All right, so I wanted to bring
just
this
saying.
up.
Disagree.
We were talking about brackets, and
We were, yeah.
And yesterday we posted. I made a mistake. First day. Very
We
first
need
day.
to address that.
Look, and I will admit this, but
We need to address the baboon in the room.
but I made a mistake. I had Memphis and Purdue playing twice, pretty much a rematch.
First
I fixed
ever
it.
rematch
Okay.
in NCAA tournament history.
And I fixed it. It's fixed. Everything's fine. I've posted it on the door. Guess who comments on my quote tweet of Clip's tweet where I said fixed? Everything's fine now. No other than Troy Dreyfus, Troy D, as we like to call him. He says that once the bracket's up, it's up. There's no fixing it. He said we didn't let Wes fix it. And I thought about something to respond to with him, but I couldn't come up with it. But thank God for Redbeard, who's very quick-witted and remembers things. You guys remember the two little butt cheeks?
Sure. What did that
It's
come
two
from?
little butt cheeks, Iowa and Iona.
That
Now,
is right.
here's the guy. Here's the guy who's telling me that once it's up, it's up. Where, was it just last year or 2 years ago, we had a debacle
Hold
with
on.
Troy Dreyfus.
Hold on. Can I say something in your defense, Chandler?
Go ahead.
Coach Mack, at the very bottom of that prize sheet where all the rules are, there is something that's written in bold. What does that say?
Write it.
Shirley has the final say in any dispute,
That seems rigged.
which is
She's
that
fair.
you had until, I think it's 11 o'clock?
Thursday.
To put your bracket up,
Yeah.
which means you can take your bracket down and change it.
Chandler was the early bird. He was in on Monday.
Exactly. Now, Wes's mistake was not caught until after the tournament started.
Yeah, the games had already begun.
Right. So, therefore, yes, it had to stay up the way it was. Now, Troy's, once again, that mistake was found after the first round.
And it was a big
You
mistake.
caught your mistake before the games began,
And I
which
caught it.
means that allows you the opportunity to make the necessary changes. That is the difference between you and Mr. Dreyfus.
Thank you, Shirley.
I have a
My
question.
defense rests.
Will y'all allow me to ask a question?
Absolutely.
Um,
No, actually, no. Chandler and I are just going to finish up this segment right here.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
so you made the necessary changes.
I caught it right away. Like, I remember posting it and saying, man, look at this bracket. And then
Get your butt back in the seat.
because I literally said, I've got Memphis going to the Elite Eight.
Coach Mack is wandering up and down the hall trying to figure out what's going on.
But I said, as soon as I said, I have Memphis in the Elite Eight. So I went to go see the path to the Elite Eight for Memphis. And then I noticed that they were playing Purdue twice. And I said, that's a big mistake. I have to fix this. And it was an easy fix. It took 2 seconds.
My question is, does Troy Dreyfus work here?
As far as I know.
Okay.
I don't know. Don't look at me.
Don't ask me.
I know nothing.
He's our boss, for goodness sake. Put some respect on his name.
Well, take your bracket. Yeah, why don't you? His word goes then.
What does the rule sheet say?
What does the rule say?
So who's the boss? I mean,
Right now it's
I don't
Shirley.
see Tony Danza walking in here.
Yo, Angela.
How many bosses do you have, Chandler?
Oh, I got a bunch. I've got a bunch. You know what I'm saying?
Chandler's life is just run by different bosses at all
but
times.
no, when it comes to March, when it comes to bracket time here at Pirate Radio,
This
which
is
we
March.
take seriously, this is March, then Shirley is the one in charge.
All right, let's talk brackets. Let's take a break. Wombat Billy says, "Where's Corey Glore?" New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Kaz said, "Nice lid, sir." Oh, this whole thing? I mean, this thing?
Kaz going to say that every day.
Let's get an update on where this baby was made.
Hey, by
House.
the way, on this day, speaking of March Madness, on this day in 2017, the greatest 10 points in 45 seconds ever made.
Biden.
The freshman?
Ant Atkinson.
Anthony Atkinson, 10 points in 45 seconds.
And then he would be a future Harlem Globetrotter.
Correct.
This beautiful hat was made in Vietnam. Thank
Good
you.
afternoon, Vietnam.
That's probably good morning over there
I know,
now.
but it's good afternoon.
What? Hold on, let me Google what time it is.
good.
What
Well, I said
time
good morning.
is
I
it
said good
in
afternoon because it's afternoon here.
Vietnam.
Yeah, it's probably morning over there.
It is 2:16 a.m.
Good morning, Vietnam.
All right, let's take a break. Coach Mack joins us. We'll run through the bracket, men's and women's, when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a fun Tuesday. Back with you after this.
Hey, O's fans, don't miss out on any of this year's Orioles action by locking in a 2023 Birdland membership. Buy now and receive an exclusive members-only Adley Rutschman Celebration bobblehead with the purchase of any membership plan. Choose from a variety of membership options, including the all-new Flex membership, giving you the ultimate flexibility to pick the games and seats you want when you want. Catch all of the fun at Oriole Park. Buy your membership today at Orioles.com/membership.
Time for an NCAA tournament schedule preview. March Madness is upon us with first 4 game action getting underway tonight and continuing on Wednesday from Dayton. Then on Thursday, 16 games including number 1 seeds Houston, Kansas, and Alabama taking the floor, followed on Friday by the East Region number 1 seed Purdue joining the fray. Follow all the games and scores from across the country with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament right here.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case, cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
Greetings, friends of Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. We are currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. If you want to be part of a thriving school system that focuses on educating students, growing our employees, and promoting positive mental and physical health initiatives, we encourage you to become a part of our Pitt County Schools family to help ensure success for the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
This is Holt Nailers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Coming up in about 30 minutes or so, we'll talk some baseball. Mike Mullis will join us. Pirates on the road today at UNCW, 5-0 week up to number 10 in the D1 baseball polls. We'll talk about that, the World Baseball Classic, and more. We'll talk more hoops coming up in hour number 2 with David Glenn. He will join us to talk about the local teams in the NCAA tournament and more. We'll break that down. And at 5 o'clock, Bryce Williams, former ECU tight end, will join us to talk a little football, spring football getting underway. We are talking about a lot of different sports this time of year, a great time of year, and a great time to have Coach Mack McCarthy joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Coach Mack, welcome in. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Good.
Ready to go? You got some women's tournament games to call coming up. Hopefully games, plural, more than one. That'd be nice for the Virginia Tech Hokies. The ECU women are in the bracket, Coach, as they win the AAC tournament, knocking off Houston. They go right back to Texas to take on the Texas Longhorns. But, man, just awesome for Kim McNeil and these girls to be playing this good down the stretch and getting a shot to make some magic here in March. It's exciting.
It really is, and what a great year they've had. I don't think anybody. I saw Kim said they picked them last.
Dead last.
I did not remember they picked them last, but
they remembered it.
That is pretty amazing. Yeah, that's a big old chip to carry around on your shoulder all year, isn't it? But what a good job she's done, and there are a lot of good teams between her and the top of the league, and of course USF gets beat in the tournament in the other bracket, which certainly didn't hurt anything, but they play great defense, and they fly around. They're very athletic, and whoever gets them, you can watch that defense on film, but playing against it in person is a little bit different. I think they could hang around, and if you hang around, you got a chance, right?
Late night Saturday night, they scored 2 points in the first quarter of that championship game, Coach, and we're still doing it on the defensive side, which keeps them in games, which allows them to, if they hit a shot or two, they can get right back in it. So defense travels. We say that a lot in football. I guess it's the same in basketball as well.
Yeah, no, there's no question. They do say that all the time, and I think it's basically true. And this time of year, games get more possession by possession. The game seems to slow down on the men's side and the women's side. And anytime it's like that, it's a little bit of an advantage to the defensive-minded teams.
Coach, you said last week that it's kind of South Carolina and everybody else. The other number one seed, Stanford, in ECU's bracket. Indiana is a 1, and the Hokies of Virginia Tech. We got the Coach Mack Bowl, I guess, going on with Chattanooga and Virginia Tech facing off. You'll be on the call for that one. But how about the Hokies bracket? I see North Carolina is in that region, and then UConn as a 2 in that bracket. So how do you think that breaks down for the Hokies?
Yeah, we talk about parity, and there still is that dominant team in South Carolina. Maybe not quite as dominant as UConn was for a long time, or as Tennessee was at one point in time in women's basketball history. There are more teams that can certainly get to the Final Four than ever before. But here's an interesting stat, though. In the last 10 years, no number one has failed to advance to the next weekend.
Okay, so like the 1 versus 8-9 matchup.
Never happens.
Number one. Okay, all right. Are you worried about saying that right now?
I am.
Being that you're at number one?
I especially am worried about it because I've just watched Southern Cal, the 8 seed, and South Dakota State, the 9 seed. And South Dakota State beat Louisville. They beat Kansas State. They beat, they beat Mississippi State, another team in the tournament. They beat Rutgers. They beat a lot of teams. And, of course, Southern Cal, they played a one-possession game against Stanford late in the year without their best player. They've got a bunch of McDonald's All-American, and Lindsey Gottlieb is their coach, who went to 7 NCAAs and won 2 national. I think she won 2 national championships at Southern Cal's won 2 national championships, but she went to 7 NCAAs in 9 years at Cal. Went to an NCAA at Santa Barbara, and in her second year at Southern Cal, she's back in the NCAA.
Lindsey Gottlieb in relation to Doug?
I hope not.
You know what? I'm glad. I've been watching. I love this time of year.
She seems awfully nice.
I've been watching every piece of tournament talk content I can get my hands on. The Field of 68. Are you familiar with those guys?
I listen to those guys.
Jeff Goodman. But Doug Gottlieb was on the show the other night, and I swear I wanted to bring this up, and we kind of already have, but. You know those guys in the business, whether it be, covering other coaches. In fact, I saw Chris Mack on one of those shows last night, formerly of Xavier in Louisville. But Doug Gottlieb, so I'm not a Doug Gottlieb fan. I'm assuming you aren't either.
I'm not.
Okay. I didn't know if that was just me. Okay.
That's a whole bunch of people.
I figured. But, I'm just curious, what are those relationships like with the Goodmans and the Gottliebs of the world and those media guys now?
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I turn on the Field of 68, and I hear it at random times, late at night or first thing in the morning, I'm an early guy, and they'll be playing the replay from the night before, and, Terrence Ogilvy's on that thing, and you
played
Hansborough is on that thing.
I saw him.
Rob Doster is on that thing. They've got a whole lot of people that come in and out, but Goodman's kind of seems like he's the consistent guy, and he is pretty much a voice of reason. He doesn't say too much outrageous stuff, although he usually has pretty good scoops because he is well connected. But Gottlieb is not my cup of tea.
I'm right there with you, Coach. Oglesby. You coached against him here in Minges. I remember he was shooting threes from half court.
Yes, he did. They made a bunch of them, unfortunately.
That they did. All right, well, let's talk about the men's tournament, Coach, and we'll just go region by region here. We'll start with the South. Alabama is the 1 there. Arizona the 2. Baylor 3. Virginia 4. Bama, number 1 overall seed. did they have any resistance getting to the Final Four?
The only people that can beat Alabama is Alabama. If the off-the-court distractions become too big as they move forward, the microscope closes in, and people start asking tough questions or digging up this or digging up that, that's the only thing that can stop them. They can beat you with their defense. They can outscore you. They can out-rebound you. They've got the best player.
Yeah.
They've got the best player in the tournament, period.
All right. How far does NC State go? Can they get by Creighton? Could they get by Baylor or UC Santa Barbara? Where do you got State?
They don't have a bad draw. They're so athletic, and those guards, if they can get on a little bit of a run, those guards can get hot. And it would not shock me for them to win a game. It would surprise me if they won 2 because their strength is Baylor's strength. But Baylor doesn't play great defense like they normally do. They can score a little bit, and they've got young guards. If NC State makes it to the second weekend, it would not be a shock to me.
How about the biggest upset potential here, Coach? Charleston, San Diego State, Virginia Furman, maybe UC Santa Barbara, Baylor. What's the biggest upset potential in your opinion?
Well, there are some trendy picks. Drake over Miami is a trendy pick.
Well, I'm just thinking in the South.
Just in the South. Okay. I think Charleston has the best shot. I had them twice last week, and they are a really unusual team. They go 11 or 12 deep. They play so hard. Their best players are Division II transfer and 2 NAIA transfers. One of the NAIA transfers is in his 7th season. He's 25 years old. He played 1 year with a patch on his eye, and he plays so hard. He plays so hard, it's like you going for a cigarette. It's all out. It's full speed ahead.
Great analogy. Don't they have the coach, too, that kind of looks like he was in the Mafia or something?
Got the tattoos.
Yeah,
and he loves to talk about his nasty defense, and he's done a great job of promoting down there in a city that's full of promoters, and he has sold that that program pretty hard, and he's done a good job. Now everybody's won at Charleston, from John Crest to Bobby Cremens, everybody, Earl Grant, who's at Boston College now. Everybody wins because it's a great basketball job, but he's turned it up a little bit. Now he's not everybody's cup of tea either, but he gets in this tournament and wins a game or two. He may not even be selling Charleston. He may be selling somewhere bigger.
All right, let's go to the East, Coach. I feel like that is a bracket where you're going to have the most maybe diversity among Final Four picks in your pools this year, because Duke is red hot right now. In fact, I've got them making a run. Tennessee, I'm not hearing a lot of Tennessee, but you've got Kentucky in that. You've got Izzo with Michigan State. Marquette looked awesome in the Big East tournament and in the Big East regular season. And the number 1 is Purdue, who I'm not hearing a ton about, maybe the most disrespected number 1. So how about the East, Coach? Who are the contenders, and who do you got there?
Yeah, Purdue certainly is the most vulnerable in number 1. They didn't play well coming down the stretch, but they do have a great player in Zach Edey. They've got those young guards who've matured a little bit. Memphis is playing really good out of the American. Yeah. Duke, you mentioned. Oral Roberts has a great player who was a star in the tournament a couple years ago. Tennessee is missing their point guard. They played really well when he was out during the regular season. I don't know that that's going to hurt them too badly. Kentucky is all over the place. Providence, that guy's getting a lot of attention. Coach Cooley may be the next coach at Georgetown, and Marquette is playing as well as anybody in the country. I think it is the most wide open region.
Who you got?
Marquette.
All right, you got the
Marquette against Duke to go to the Final Four.
Okay. All right, to the Midwest. Houston, the number 1. Everybody wondering about the status of Sasser, who had a great performance here in Minges and a great performance just about every night he plays. Texas is the 2 there, getting a lot of love, especially from me, because I have them going all the way, Coach. You've got Miami, who earlier in the year at full strength I thought could be a Final Four contender. Now they are banged up. They're the 5 in there. Indiana is the 4. Xavier is the 3. How about Houston, Texas, and the rest of the Midwest? Who do you like there?
Yeah, I like Houston and Texas to get to the game before deciding who advances to Houston of all places. Yeah. But Texas is playing really good, and if Sasser isn't 100%, Houston is a little bit limited. They're a little limited offensively anyway, but they usually make up for that with playing great defense. And Kelvin has been there before. Rodney Terry has not, but Texas is just playing so well.
My guy Steve Rockefort coaching with Buzz Williams there at Texas
Rock
A&M.
leave the bench the other night?
No, I didn't.
There was a bad call, and he just got up and walked off. And they finally panned out wide, and he was standing about 20 feet off the end of the bench. And I think he was just cooling off, so he didn't say or do something crazy. But I haven't had the heart to text him and ask him about it because I know they're pretty busy getting ready for Penn State, another team that plays just like them. That will be a war.
Yeah, I got that circled. I kind of went and picked out my favorite games of each time window. Thursday early, Thursday afternoon, and so on and so forth. Penn State A&M is up there for me. I definitely want to be in front of my TV for that one. Is A&M, you hear this team should get in, shouldn't get in, all that. I've seen this with Duke a little bit, but with A&M, is 7 fair? Should they have been maybe a better seed, in your opinion?
You finish second in that league. You would think you would earn a little bit more respect, but I think the eye test tells you they're not great. They get everything they can out of their talent, but I don't know that they have enough bullets in that gun. They do play really well together, but and you got to give them a lot of credit. But I think they're probably seeded about right.
A lot of talk about a double-digit seed advancing here, Coach. Whether it being Drake over Miami or Kent State, Indiana, you got a upset or two there.
I don't believe it.
Okay,
I really don't. I think an interesting game in that bracket though is Auburn, Iowa.
Oh yeah.
First of all, because Auburn, Iowa, and Alabama, whoever they play, they're both in Birmingham. That's going to be a really expensive ticket, but Auburn can't score and Iowa can score, so that ought to be kind of a mismatch.
If you're Kelvin Sampson, are you a little upset? Now, you might get Iowa, and you'll have all Houston fans there probably, but if it is Auburn and you play them in Birmingham, you're going to have a lot of Tigers fans there.
Yeah, I don't. That happens every now and then, and sometimes you think it might be intentional.
All right, let's go to the West where it is stacked. Kansas, UCLA, Gonzaga, UConn. I love Arkansas, and they haven't been great this year, but on any night they could be one of the top 10 teams in the country. VCU, upset-minded. St. Mary's, Jeff Nadeau, who we talk to a lot, loves St. Mary's and the way they play. TCU out of the Big 12. I mean, this is a stacked bracket, Coach. The survival of the fittest here. So how's it end up in your opinion?
Yeah, it really is. You could see Kansas in the Final Four for sure. Arkansas, I'm like you. I really like them, and the thing about them, I don't know if they get it done every single night on the offensive end. St. Mary's VCU might be one of the very best first-round games. VCU plays a completely different style of play. Can they impose their will against St. Mary's? St. Mary's is awfully good and tested. UConn is back to playing as well as they did early in the year, and so are they a threat?
I didn't even mention the Patino factor there as well.
Yeah.
Iona. So
he might coach both teams. TCU has really played well lately. Gonzaga this is the first time they've been the under the radar team. Usually they have a target on their chest, but I think they come in the tournament. Not anybody really expected much out of them, but I expect a lot out of them. And UCLA, they're mad. They're always mad, but they did lose their best defender, and they're pretty much assured to get at least a couple rounds. But I don't know if they can get past the Zags or not.
Man, there's going to be some awesome games there in the West, Coach. Who do you have surviving? Who's in the Elite Eight?
I've got Kansas against Gonzaga.
Yeah. Okay. Can the Zags get them?
They can, but I still think Kansas is. I know they're the defending champions, and I don't think there's any resting on those laurels. I think Bill Self is a difference maker.
So you got Bama, you've got Marquette, you've got Houston or Texas?
I've got Texas.
Okay.
I've actually got Bama and Duke and Kansas and Texas.
Oh, you got Duke beating Marquette.
I had Marquette getting to the.
Okay, gotcha. And so, and then you've got Kansas against Texas in the Final Four.
I got Texas against Bama, and a football game is going to break out.
All right. Who you got cutting it down? Tell me Texas.
It hurts me as a former Auburn guy, but roll Tide.
Yikes.
I am 100% with Shirley. It could be bad for either one of us.
Shirley, you got Bama as well? You're rolling Tide?
Yeah.
Okay, roll Tide.
We got the same Final Four and the same champion.
Wow. Why did I even bring you in?
That's a good question. Several people have asked that. Chandler, mainly.
Coach, let's go back to 1997. Chattanooga, the 14 seed, knocking off Georgia to advance to round 2, and then the font is too small to tell me who you beat in round 2. So
Illinois,
you can
Lon
remind
Kruger.
me. Lon Kruger, 97.
Tubby
Trying
Smith,
to think who would have been on that
Lon
team.
Kruger.
So you're just knocking off legendary coaches left and right.
Yeah, then we ran into the honor. Then we ran into legendary Pete Gillen, and he.
Oh wow! Yeah.
But it wasn't Pete so much as it was God, Sham God, because we couldn't stay between him and the basket.
Austin Crozier.
I
remember that Duke Providence game before they played Chattanooga.
Yeah.
How about that? I also remember about that year that I really thought North Carolina was going to win it all, and they did not. They lost to Miles Simon, Jason Terry.
That's right. And right before that, Arizona beat Providence, but in triple overtime.
Oh wow!
And we lost by 5 to Providence and missed enough layups and free throws to win the game going away.
Man,
I'm still mad about it.
Yeah, I do remember God Sham God. He was he had the handles like no other. But man, that was an awesome run. What do you remember, Coach, about that couple of weeks? Like, I mean, how do you even describe that?
Well, it was interesting because this was our 4th time in 5 years going to the tournament, and we had a really veteran group. We had 5 fifth-year guys, which at that time was a really old team. And now it's routinely old.
5th year is in like red shirts, not like transfers and stuff you see
red
today.
shirts,
yeah,
but we did have a lot of transfers too. But we were an old team. We had played. We were 4-7 January 1st. And then won 11 in a row and went on to win our conference tournament. But we got a good draw because Georgia wasn't a 3 seed. They had played well, got all the way to the finals of the SEC, and they bumped them up to a 3. We were better than a 14, so we knew right away we had a little bit of a shot. And neither Illinois nor Georgia had a big man. They both had 6'8", 6'9" centers who weren't dominant, and that's where we usually got beat. We ran into Scott Pollard and Ostertag and Rodney Rogers and Travis Knight from UConn. We kept running into these big centers every time we got to the NCAA, and we finally ran into a team without a dominant center, and we were awfully confident because of that. And then we jumped on Georgia. I think we were ahead 22-2 or something. Right. Just jumped on it like crazy.
97, was that also the Bryce Drew year with Valpo? It was around that time. I think it was when they knocked off Ole Miss. So I remember that tournament very, very well. Some awesome names you mentioned there.
I think Hampton, a 15 seed, they might have won the same day we did, beat somebody in the.
I thought that was a little later, but that the player picked up the coach. I remember, and he's
Steve
running around the court.
Yeah.
They beat. Wasn't South Carolina, was it?
I thought it was somebody in the Big 12.
Oh, it was Tinsley, Iowa State. Jamal Tinsley.
Big 12.
Yep. Coach, and you brought up something, if you really want to dive into this stuff, which I enjoy doing, it is about matchups, right? I mean, it's not about, all right, who did this team beat during the year? What's their record? What was their non-conference schedule? It's about, okay, are they guard heavy? Do they have a big man? I was watching one of the smaller conferences tournaments games, and they've got 2 guys that are 7 foot they'll put on the court at the same time, and it's about matchups this time of year, and you really got to dissect it to see who's got what.
All matchups, and also there are a couple things that we had going for us. I told you we were an older team. We'd also been 4 out of 5, so we weren't happy just to get there anymore. We had played a really tough non-conference schedule, so we were used to that. And my time at Chattanooga, we beat. Listen to the folks that we beat there. Auburn, Alabama, Mississippi, Mississippi State, UAB, Texas, Penn State. We beat a lot of good basketball programs, so that really wasn't a big deal for us. And then you add to the fact that we had a lottery pick on the team, that helped too.
Who's that lottery pick?
Johnny Taylor, who went to the Orlando Magic.
Okay, all right. Mack McCarthy joining us. Coach, you'll be on the radio call coming up, right, for Virginia Tech women's basketball?
I'll be on the Learfield broadcast for Virginia Tech, and I did 3 of their games on radio this year at NC State, at Duke, and at North Carolina, and they're having a good year. And did a bunch of television there, obviously, with the ACC network. But, I enjoy the radio's a little bit different. You don't get quite as in-depth, but it's a little faster pace, and I've enjoyed being on the radio broadcast.
Well, Coach, I've enjoyed having you on our radio program.
Thank you, sir.
Always fun. By the way, did your pick? Oh, no. You know what? I saw that Harvick was cruising to a victory. They had a caution. Did he end up winning?
No, because of the caution.
Oh, no. It was like, well, he was cruising with, 2 or 3 laps left or something?
Inside of 10, yeah.
Inside of 10. And who ended up winning? I didn't even see it. Who cares?
Lord William Byron.
Lord William Byron. Man, you had the pick.
I did.
And
I nailed it.
And they fixed it. They always, that's rigged. Coach, thanks for hanging out, man. That was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it.
Thank you, guys.
Coach Mack joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Hopefully he helped with your bracket. If not, we'll consult Shirley and get the full details on the bracket later on in the show. All right, we'll take a break, come back, wrap up hour number 1. We'll get into some baseball talk in hour 2 with Mike Mullis, and back to hoops talk with David Glenn as well. It's all ahead. Pirate Radio Live after this. Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville. Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear,
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers, or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies and Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. With years of experience, the team at Bodies and Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you. Now check this out. If you mention Pirate Radio, you get your first stretch consultation free. Yes, free. And that's not all. Mention Pirate Radio and your first time massage is only $1 per minute. Now that's a deal. Call 916-4530 and check them out online at bodiesandbalance.com. Get lucky this month at your CBD store. Make them your go-to shop for all natural sleep, calm, recovery, and wellness products. Our trusted products are award-winning, third-party tested, and only available at your CBD store. New gifts and accessories are also in stock. Stop by and take a look. Get $10 off any purchase over $65. Just mention the code GETLUCKY10. So get lucky this month at your CBD store. Open 7 days a week. Call ahead for pickup at 999-5127. Your CBD store, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, beside Duck Donuts.
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Pirate Radio.
You know, I think this is a pretty blue-collar, tough, hard-nosed fan base, and that's the way our teams are going to be.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Eric, I'm sorry I missed your question. Can Coach Mack comment on what Charles Barkley's NIL deal was? That'd be a great story. We'll get that one next time when Coach Mack's on the air, if he's willing to divulge such information. All right, Mully going to join us here in a few minutes. He is filling out a bracket, and we're going to break down Mully's bracket just because I know he doesn't want to. But no, we'll talk a lot of baseball coming up with Mully in just a moment. Shirley, can we get our Flight by Yingling practice report? We'll go basketball edition, women's basketball edition. We'll have Kim McNeil, those comments later. Can we get Sania Johnson from Sunday night? Had a chance to talk to the most outstanding player of the AAC women's tournament when she found out the team's fate, that they would be taking on the Texas Longhorns. So let's hear Sania from Sunday night.
Just talk about the emotions of tonight. Obviously, it's been emotional winning the championship, but then tonight to see your name called tonight, what was that like?
I keep telling everybody it's so surreal. We've been on cloud nine since Thursday night. Just this experience, just this overall, it's just overwhelming. I keep telling I can't put into words to express how I feel right now. I've just been on cloud nine. Every time I see anything posted about it, I'm just tears of joy. Thursday night, tears of joy. I was just crying. All the hard work just paid off, and it's just a relief to know that our hard work has paid off.
What was it like to be the MVP of the tournament?
I keep telling people that I wasn't even thinking about that at all. I just wanted to win so bad, so I was going to go out there and do anything I had to do to help my team win.
What do you think about the matchup going to Texas, back to Texas?
Back to Texas. I think we have a real good chance. I know Texas, from what I've seen, they're also a very good defensive team, so I think it's going to be another defensive matchup as well.
Neil, what was it like sitting there? Obviously, you knew you were in, but having to wait so long.
Yeah, basically sitting on the edge of your seat. I had kept pressing record and having to start over, but when we finally seen our name come up there, it was just relief, joy, excitement.
How big is that?
Going into this season, I knew that I would have to step up, having conversation with my coaches, knowing that I would have to be that leader and that person to just kind of help keep things together, especially on the court. Everyone has nerves, going into something like that. So I really just try to keep my team together, keep talking to them, letting them know we're okay, even though we were down or something, or if we're up, we got to keep playing hard, fighting hard. So I take that position, really.
So you talk about how crazy the last couple of days have been for you. You threw out the first pitch yesterday.
Was it a strike?
Missed it a little bit. It might have been outside the box a little bit, but it was kind of far. I just kind of underestimated how far it was, but yeah, these last couple of days have been, like I said, we've been on cloud nine. We're just really excited.
There is Sania Johnson, East Carolina guard, and in sports, when you have a crush on an athlete, it's called a man crush. I guess in this case, Chandler and I have a woman crush on Sania Johnson for what she does on the court, but just the leadership. I loved her post-game interviews on ESPN Plus throughout the AAC tournament. There was just a focus on the task at hand. Talked about after the first win how they just said they weren't going home tonight, and then she said, and we're not going home tomorrow night either, and we're going to be here and we're going to win a championship. And her words were prophetic. She got the job done. Her team got the job done. They will be taking on Texas late night Saturday night. We'll be here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios for another watch along. Chan Man was out there Friday night when the team received an ovation when they walked into Minges at the Hall of Fame Annex there in Minges, and Chandler got a little one-on-one with Kim McNeil. That was good to see, Chan Man. Good job there.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And also, you told me that a few older women talked to you.
Yeah, just not the demographics I thought would be watching us late at night on a Saturday, on a Thursday night. But I did have 3 or 4 ladies come up to me and say that they enjoyed our watch along for the championship.
That is, let me just say I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I apologize for.
And at that time, I just said thank you, appreciate it, thanks for tuning in. And then I didn't realize until I told you, and you were like, "Oh my God!"
The
and I was
things
like,
that
well,
we
that's
said,
good. And you're like, the things that we said and did, and I was like, "Oh gosh!" But they must have enjoyed it.
Yeah. So
or either they were lying to me and said that they.
Please forgive us. We know not what we do or say. And now we're talking about a 10 o'clock Saturday night game. It's going to get even wilder in here.
Bring it on.
So we hope that all ages. At one point in that show the other night, I said, if your kids are watching, let me know so I can call social services because they should be in bed. Yeah. Who knows?
I did say, I think I told you, you need to watch your language or pipe it down a little bit. You're like, no, if their kids are up, then that's shame on the parents.
Yep. Let's get those.
I'm going to call social security.
Get these parents arrested.
Yeah. So, yeah. But we're going to be back at it 10 o'clock Saturday night.
Oh, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I like that we have the Mully cam back there going as he has completed his bracket and will be on.
I think he's got it complete.
When we return on Pirate Radio Live. That was your Flight by Yingling ECU practice report. More with Kim McNeil coming up later on. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Don't just raise the glass, raise the bar.
Raise it.
Flight by Yingling, wherever beer is sold. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live. Mully Man will join us. We'll talk some baseball. And David Glenn will run down what's going on in the ACC teams in the tournament. What does he think about Houston out of the American and Memphis out of the American advancing in this year's tournament? We'll get his thoughts on year 1 of Mike Schwartz and more. All that, hour 2 on the way. Pirate Radio Live. Glad you're rolling with us. We're back after this.
Get up the middle, hit! 1 in, 2 in, Dale Murphy makes it a 7-4 game with a bullet up the middle.
Hey, baseball fans, when's the last time you met a 2-time National League MVP and a 7-time Major League Baseball All-Star? Well, your chance is now, as Pirate Radio is bringing Dale Murphy, legendary Atlanta Brave, to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorships and ticket information's online now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, and there'll be a question-and-answer session. It's Dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details online now at pr927fm.com.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, Smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events. And we'll see you at the Buck.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room is bringing the luck of the Irish to you starting on March 17th. The green beer will be flowing all weekend long, and the party kicks off with live music on St. Patrick's Day from 3:30 until 10 p.m. The green party continues on Saturday, March 18th, with live music all day and night starting at noon. Wear your green to Fifth Street Hardware and come enjoy the fun. And don't forget, they'll have Irish-themed dishes, drinks, and specials all weekend long. Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room, downtown Greenville.
Quality solid wood furniture that lasts for generations. On sale now at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Save an extra 10% off store-wide, including beautiful in-stock and custom-order Amish-built solid wood dining rooms and bedrooms. Plus, take an extra 25% off accessories to complete the look and 6 months special financing. Enjoy a solid night's sleep every night on a new mattress with 48 months special financing now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit. Like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite. Except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet biscuit combo today at Bojangles. It's bow time.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back from Sales to Service. Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. You can shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. If you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, they have a full service and repair facility. They do brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and they can repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World right across from Speedway at Bells Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton for his sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, Hour 2 on a lovely Tuesday in eastern North Carolina. A little chilly, nice and sunny outside. If you are a complete weirdo and are not into March Madness, the NCAA tournament, or baseball, if that doesn't get your sports juices going, there's something wrong with you. But you know what? I should not judge. There is football going on, folks. We have, hot off the presses, football photos on our social media accounts of ECU spring football practice, and we will have comments from Mike Houston coming up later on this afternoon. So if baseball, basketball is not enough, we got some football coming your way as well. Exciting times. Exciting times, Mike Mullis. A lot of baseball to discuss. We'll talk a little hoops as well. Mully, man, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm fired up. This is a great week. I love this Thursday, Friday. I love this Saturday, Sunday. I am ready for wall-to-wall NCAA tournament action coming up beginning Thursday right here on Pirate Radio. You got the first 4 tonight if you're into it. A couple of games on True TV tonight and tomorrow night. But the madness is here. Mully, you did fill out a bracket. You got it up quick. I like it. You just kind of go, don't overthink it.
No.
Go with what you know. Go with your gut. And you've got back-to-back. Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, going with your guy Joe Dooley.
Yeah, and I think maybe they get a little inspiration from getting Self back on the bench, and they're obviously good enough. It's just a matter of they've been up and down, but a little Jekyll and Hyde, which I guess you expect a lot of that when you have so many younger guys. They have managed to get a little older than some, but still the one and done. So you expect to see that affect the level of play.
John Monroe says Mully probably doesn't pick any upsets. Well, John, that is not necessarily true. You got Charleston going Sweet 16.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I heard on the way in Mac's description of the way they play. I thought it was pretty cool. They're kind of a gritty, and I like that kind of stuff. And you got a guy that's been there for 22 years or whatever, playing basketball, still eligible in college. I think that's.
Those are the stories of March.
That merits consideration, and those dudes are not just going to let somebody beat them. They may get out talented, but they're not going to just be beaten.
Fun time, man. Looking forward to that coming up. In the meantime, we got a lot of baseball to discuss, Mully. The Pirates go 5-0 last week, and it starts a week ago from today, where you've got Buff Bagwell. I can't remember his first name, but Bagwell, the pitcher for Queens, throwing 139 pitches, performance of a lifetime. East Carolina still gets the win as they're able to get to him a little bit and then end up getting to the bullpen, winning in extra innings. They're in the powder purple. People were melting down, and that was just day one of a 5-0 week for ECU.
Queens is not very good. I mean, in all fairness, and that kid. That was the outing of a lifetime. That's one he dreamed about. And honestly, man, he was 1 out away. Makarovich rolls the ball over that they can't convert the out on, and that's the tying run. And then, they got to the bullpen, and you had to expect that the bullpen for Queens was not going to be very stout. But, a great week. The way they went out, played against Liberty, I mean, really not a whole lot of holes in that. And that's – I don't think
Liberty that bad.
Well, no, and that's what I was going to say. I don't think that's the Liberty team that we've kind of been accustomed to seeing with Scott Jackson there. But maybe they're trying to kind of figure it out as well. Still being early in the year. But here's the things that I see that I'm like, man, okay, these are difference makers. Moylan's at bats are exponentially better than they were a couple weeks ago. So he's showing signs of life. And again, it's not just his offensive production, it's the things that the way he's taking the ball, the way he's, kind of the way he's seen it, and his whole approach and his stature seems to be better, just like he's just in a better place. And obviously, man, we saw Makarovich get back on the right side of the plate, and I don't think he saw but about 7 pitches and ended up with 2 home runs, 2 doubles, a handful of RBI, and it was you could tell he was locked in and excited to be over there, and I think it was kind of a game-time decision as to whether or not he was going to try it from the right side. So, you start to see those things coupled with the pitching. The pitching is quite frankly been better than average. It's been really, it's been really good.
Since that Duke game, it's been stellar.
Yeah, no, I think you see Trey Savage with the strikeout numbers. I mean, he's going to be there at the end of the year with being in the mix with leading the country in strikeouts. I mean, he strikes out a lot. He
might not be the top guy on the team. Josh Gross.
Well, Gross is up there too. You're right. But you Savage with that breaking ball. It's a swing and miss breaking ball. I think the interesting battle that we're going to see, kind of develop is what happens behind the plate and who does that free up to DH. I still kind of question exactly where McChrystal is health wise. And one of the indicators to me was like in his second at bat in kind of an awkward time, they had him bunt. and it was it didn't make sense, but I think it was more of a protective deal, trying to kind of ease him back in there. From what I understand, the issues he's had have been on the kind of finish and follow through of the swing. So maybe it was one of those deals. Hey, let's just get you back into a rhythm, and we'll selectively take aggressive at bats. So I think the shortstop situation is going to be interesting. We've obviously seen musical chairs in the outfield, and I think that's probably going to continue at least for a little while. It seems like Jenkins Cowart settling back into right field, and you've seen a lot of Riley Johnson in center. Left field, it's kind of interesting. That's been a position that's been a little bit of a revolving door, and not knowing exactly, where Hoover's at offensively, I think has got a lot to do with that. So still some things to work out, but, man, I think some great positive signs of life.
Positive to see. You mentioned two names there. McChrystal, good to see him in the lineup, but Riley Johnson, good to see him return after running into the wall. Yep. And I'm there. I didn't get a great angle on it. I know he stayed down for a long time, Mully. Were you at the park, or were you watching?
No, I was watching on TV. We'd already left.
So you got a good shot. I mean, he took a shot.
He smoked it. Yeah, I mean, those are always scary deals. I mean, you just catch it a little higher, a little bit low, and you get in a rib or, whatever. So, yeah, I mean, good to see him back up, and then, maybe a home run, I think, next at bat or whatever. So,
and Hoove is not going to get in his own head. He comes in, gets a couple walks, gets a base hit.
Yeah, that's the game he plays.
Yeah. And how about he has the most runs scored on the team, Mully? Well, and he's hitting 130.
Right, he stays on base a lot. And I think it's different too. We had all become very accustomed to seeing Hoover show bunt, pull back, and then fight into his at bat. We kind of saw that early in the year, really early. We're still early in the year, but then it kind of got away from that, where he was going up and maybe in a more aggressive thought process. And I don't know if that suits him. I don't know that he's not a guy that would rather be a defensive, offensive player, spoil pitches, get deep in counts, draw walks. So it'll be interesting to see kind of where he settles.
Mike Mullis joining us. Johnny Stats joining us. Johnny Robertson always drops in some nuggets for us, Mully. Here's some numbers this week.
The stats to consider.
We need to get this sponsored. Johnny brings us stats. During their 5-0 week, the bullpen did not allow a single run in the 7th through the 10th innings, as 8 Pirate relievers combined to throw 19 1/3 scoreless innings.
Yeah.
Great stat, Johnny. The Pirates have scored 3 or more runs in an inning 20 times this season. Their opponents have only done it twice, the first game versus George Washington and against Duke. So the runs do come in bunches. We have seen that for this team against North Carolina, and especially during the weekend against Liberty.
Yeah, no, and again, interesting week this week with what we got Wilmington tonight, and then VCU tomorrow. Is that right? No, William & Mary tomorrow, and then Missouri State coming in for the weekend.
I hadn't looked at Missouri State at all.
So, I mean, you would think there would still be some offensive opportunities there. I mean, you would think that we still have an opportunity to see a lot of different guys play. The thing I hate about tonight is the television broadcast, I guess, is going to be on Flow Sports.
Excuse me, Flow.
I don't have access to that, and I don't know this for a fact, but I don't know if they've announced the starter, but I would imagine Root would go tonight, and I would. Obviously, I'm a big Root fan, so I'd love to see him, pitch.
He went, was it Friday we saw him?
No, he threw the last midweek game through at Elon, like 5.
Oh, that's right.
5 and
to close it out, basically. Yep, against Elon.
Yeah, an extended outing there. So you kind of felt like maybe he was possibly going to see him on Sunday. Obviously, Sunday was washed, and so it would make sense that he would be up to go tonight.
Mully joining us. Missouri State, by the way, coming up this weekend. They are 9-5 on the season. Played against number 12 Oklahoma State. Lost a midweek slugfest, 12-10 in that one. But they are coming off a series win over SIUE, Southern Illinois, SIUE. Something Evansville, maybe Southern Illinois University, Evansville,
maybe,
like that. Edwardsville, I believe it is. So anyway, we got them coming up this weekend. Pirates top 10 now in the D1 polls. Doesn't matter, but they're kind of finding their footing here, and Mully playing some good baseball.
Man, and just getting better. I mean, that's what's. I mean, it's so good to see. From where they started the season, and even having the early success against Carolina, both teams kind of really seem to be trying to figure each other out a little bit. But the Pirates are kind of, going in the right direction. And again, I think this team's going to be a lot of fun to watch for the entirety of the season.
You know anything about Wilmington? Any local guys or anything, Mully?
You know what? I don't know off the top of my head if they have any local flavor there, any guys from Pitt County or the surrounding area. But, Wilmington's always going to scrap. They're always going to be a good club. I made a comparison going into this weekend or this past weekend with Liberty. I thought we would see kind of the Campbell style of play, but we really didn't. I kind of whiffed on that one. That's historically what you've got out of Scott Jackson clubs, where gritty, gonna kind of keep the ball in play, and pitch it pretty good. They had great pitching numbers coming in, but just did not. The Pirates were just too much for them.
I talked about this yesterday with Hoover and Moylan and Jenkins Coward about when you're facing a staff that is giving up 34 walks during a weekend and just so many walk after walk after walk. How off balance does a hitter get in that situation? And they said that even going into the weekend, they had starred a couple of guys as effectively wild and just kind of keeps you on your toes. And it's got to be tough for a hitter, almost more so than if a guy's like dotting the corners, Mully.
But it's hard to coach against a guy like that. It kind of takes the bunt out of order where you're afraid to turn around and show it. And, in a situation where you're, I don't want to say trying to sneak it in, but where you're trying to be a little more stealthy there, that if a guy's all over the place, it's kind of, hard to bunt a fastball with any velocity that's, all over the place. So it changes some of the strategy there. Hit and run kind of goes out the window, right? You got to have a strike thrower to hit and run on them. Those effectively wild guys can be just that. And it is. It's very, again, velocity with the effective wildness adds to the effectiveness. And it's, you get a guy in the box or you're in the batter's box, a guy out there throwing mid-90s and not real sure where it's going. There's been movies made about that. And we've seen, even in all-star games with John Kruk facing Randy Johnson, and Randy Johnson was that guy that was a little bit effectively wild, made another all-star a little uncomfortable.
Mike Mullis joining us. Mully, did you see the worst call in baseball history over the weekend where the umpire rang up the kid?
Yeah, sure did.
And I guess was fired. I'm going to try to find the...
Yeah, I know he was at least suspended, but he felt like he was showing up on the pitch before, and then the next pitch was going to be called a strike wherever it was thrown. That's taking it to extremes. That is kind of been a thing in baseball, that if you show the umpire up, fully expect the next pitch is going to be a fairly liberal strike. This one was not even. No, it wasn't even close. Yeah. It's not even close enough to reasonably consider it a strike. So, I think the umpire, he's going to end up on the outs on this, and apparently that player, he leads the country in stolen bases and is just that kind of electric kind of personality. And his reaction to the previous strike call was probably a little egregious, but it certainly wasn't enough to merit the umpire making a fool of himself.
Well, the umpire didn't even, did he give him a warning or say anything? Do that. Don't give him a strike on a ball in the dirt.
Right, and it was a ball in the down and away. It was terrible. Terrible. So, yeah. We've seen the return of the out call for the guys. Did you see the guy stepping out of the box, letting the umpire get back behind the plate, getting the balls in minor league baseball or in spring training? And so he's giving the umpire the courtesy, like step out of the box, let the umpire regather himself, get back in the back. Yeah. And the umpire puts him on the clock and actually calls him out for being out of the box. So, it's gotten a little bit,
wow.
Again, I guess all we can.
So wait, you're saying the ump when he got hit by a pitch, basically?
No, the ump went over to get baseballs. He was out of base. So the batter. Because the pitcher had the baseball, by rule, the batter's supposed to be in the box.
Even though the ump
is over having pizza and a beer.
Yeah.
But he stays out of the box, letting the umpire get back into his position.
I always thought you were saying, sometimes if a foul ball hits an ump, the batter will.
Yeah, you're supposed to let him catch your breath, or
so I'm going to start counting while he's on his knees.
I guess if the pitcher's got the ball back, yeah. So it's a. I don't know, but it strikes again, and it's going to be interesting to see. Baseball's that game where they can play 162 games and then have to have a play-in, right? It becomes so tight that one win with the better teams can have a huge impact. So I'm going to be really curious to see how some of these new rules, or if they have any bearing on what happens in at the major league level.
Mully, how much of the World Baseball Classic have you been tuned into?
I've watched a fair amount of it. I've enjoyed it. I do think, again, with if there is a downside, and of course, I guess with everything, there's some type of downside, or most everything. the way the U.S. pitching staff is having to be handled because of all the mandates by the parent teams, it takes away. It takes away what this is supposed to be about, and that is each country's best players going out and playing their best game to see who the best team is. But, when you have these mandates and my guy can only throw X number of innings and this guy can, only throw X number of pitches, it's
more like all-star
it's unfortunate. It becomes a true exhibition, and I don't think that was what it was intended to be.
I believe we got some action going now.
Yeah, I think Canada and Colombia are playing each other right now.
I saw on Twitter last night, Mully, a Down East Wood Ducks pitcher was facing off against USA.
Well, and that's the thing with a lot of the other countries. They've got minor leaguers or whatever the case may be. I would love to see this, and I don't know how they would ever do it because of the lack of collegiate players necessarily from other countries. But it would be very interesting to see this play with amateur players, with college age, or even if you took college and the best high school players in the country, kind of melded them together and let them play. That would be kind of an interesting deal. But I have enjoyed this. I it's kind of funny. I know I have the reputation and tendencies of a traditionalist, but I do enjoy the Latin American players, man. None of their emotion is manufactured. It's all in the moment, and it's all truly genuine. So I enjoy seeing that. I also enjoy seeing where, I find it interesting where a guy plays for, I think Marcus Stroman played for Canada last year, and he's playing for Puerto Rico this year. Or so it's kind of where's my number one better chance to make a team? Number two, if I'm good enough, which team has a better chance of surviving?
Ronald Acuna Jr. and Venezuela won earlier today against, I believe that is Nicaragua. Canada and Colombia going on right now, and later tonight you've got a couple of more games. So we're watching this on Fox Sports 2 as Fox Sports carrying the World Baseball Classic. So how does it work, Mully? Are there groups? Is like World Cup style?
You got the pool. See the pool up there? You got the different pools, and they play out of their pool, and then they seed it out into a tourney.
USA 2-1 right now in their pool play. Japan, and Venezuela, the undefeated teams right now, 4-0 and 3-0 respectively. So there you go, got that going on as spring training is going on in Major League Baseball. All right, Mully, what else? You fired up?
Clipper, I did get a text from my good buddy Mike Ward that said that there is a player from Pitt Community College that is now at Wilmington. I think it's Tyler Arndt, maybe.
Okay.
Anyway, maybe that's right. I don't have my glasses on. Anyway, yeah, a player that has gone over, and then he also said he had read somewhere that he thought that maybe Jake Hunter would start tonight, but who knows? I
believe I saw that. Now that he mentions that, I think I saw Jake Hunter will be on the mound. And you've got two midweek games.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe
we get to see Root tomorrow.
Yeah. Did Mike mention anything about how the Mets are going to lose to the Braves this year?
Wow. Sorry, Mike. I did not bring that up. That's probably true, though. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, the Mets, nobody can out-bet the Mets.
How about some big moves, Mully? And I know this is probably off your radar this time of year. Did you see where Heineke the hero is going, Chandler? Breaking NFL news that could affect Chandler on Sundays.
He's back in the South.
Atlanta Falcons signing Taylor Heineke.
We were just saying when you guys were wrapping up with Mac, Chandler and I were talking. It's been a crazy free agent kind of run here. I mean, with the you've obviously seen Garoppolo to the Raiders, and I guess the Saints pick up. Who the Saints pick up?
Derek
Carr, and then
Jameis apparently.
Jameis is coming back.
And
what a waste.
And Sam Darnold's gone to where'd he go? He went to San Fran. Yeah.
And then as you mentioned, Jimmy G's going to Las Vegas, and they were showing all these graphics of the offensive power they have on that team with Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller. Now you can scratch him from that graphic. Because now he's going to the Giants.
I don't like that.
So I didn't hear your take. What's the house take on the Panthers trade for the number one overall pick? Well, I mean, in my opinion, I guess I'm gonna answer my own question first before I get y'all's answers. But I don't think there's a guy that merits all that in this year's draft.
I think that I've seen that the problem is if you do that, then it is going to be universally known who you're taking. In this case, Is it? I mean, is it Stroud? Is it Young? Is it somebody else? You don't know. So for that reason,
my whole thing is, who is that guy?
Yeah.
Who coming out this year that you're like, man, this dude could change our whole trajectory of our franchise?
I don't know. The Panthers have a decision to make because I think the top two guys they want is either Stroud or Young. Then they've got a month and a half to kind of figure out who they're going to take there. But there's also, I've seen reports that there's a possibility of us maybe going back a spot or two. So
trade that pick to get a couple.
Right.
That's just like the Costner movie, right? Like Draft Day, where he traded to get this guy and he got the guy that he wanted, but he had the. He made a huge trade to get the number 1 pick and pulled off some shenanigans late to move it. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Also, my guy looks like we are going to be Aaron Rodgers free. Apparently, he gave
Mully. This is hilarious. This is the first I'm seeing this about the list.
I saw that. That's
I heard about Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb.
Why does he? Randall Cobb owes him. Something's up. Randall Cobb must owe him money.
How about Mercedes Lewis?
Mercedes Lewis, who's like 47 years old.
He played with the Magic Man, Don Majkowski.
No, he didn't play that long.
I know. But he is old. But this is what I'm laughing at that I just saw. Reportedly, Aaron Rodgers, he's got his wish list of Jets, free agents for the Jets to get. That list includes Odell Beckham Jr. Rodgers, Beckham, bring them up for the circus.
That is why.
This just feels like it is going to completely implode. I might be wrong. They might be. It feels like to me one of these Washington situations from the early 2000s where they bring in Dion and Bruce Smith and all these guys, and they just
it's terrible.
Yeah.
And I heard somebody else say this. I don't remember what I was watching or listening to, but is it not ironic as much as Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre did not get along, but Aaron Rodgers is taking the entire page out of the Brett Favre playbook, the late in career, retire, unretire, I may retire, I may not retire, or I'll just go to the Jets.
Yeah.
And I'll go on a 4-day.
And I'm going to continue to just get my way the entire time.
And whatever,
tell you who to bring
and
in.
whatever I want, I've got you guys held hostage because you're going to have to pay me ridiculous money.
I know this because of fantasy. I didn't watch a lot of Jets last year. Garrett Wilson had an awesome year, the rookie receiver for the Jets. They also have the guy from Ole Miss, Moore. So they've got young targets. Why do you need, like you said, Randall Cobb, Mercedes Lewis? Alan Lazard's okay, but
I mean, it's almost like they're bringing in a bunch of locker room guys. Hey, we're gonna bring Randall Cobb in to mentor these guys. And you know what? Don't give him a helmet and pads. Make him a coach.
Right? Yeah. Put him on staff.
I mean, put him on staff. Yeah, and make him make it an official deal. Randall Cobb's my age. I mean, he's really close to it, and he's still out there. And he was so bad last year. He was less than vanilla. He was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nothing. He brought nothing to the table. But good. Look, hey,
I hope it happens just for the stories.
Look, let him go, and then we'll deal with Jordan Love for a period of time, and then something will happen. And apparently, we're seeing again the NFL free agency kind of resembles the NBA right now, where it's almost like the building of the super team, right? Where we're trying to move pieces to get as many superstars together as possible. And I mean, I guess it's kind of common sense, but it's an interesting deal.
We need to get Jameis in Green Bay. Jameis needs to start. I don't know. I don't understand why he's not starting. Shirley,
he throws too many picks.
Oh, yeah, that. Good news for your Dolphins, Shirley. The Dolphins have locked up Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson. So our Dolphins, Shirley, making the moves this offseason. Right now, they're our Dolphins, as long as Tua's healthy. Mully, thanks for hanging out, man.
Yeah, enjoyed it, man.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. David Glenn going to join us. Talk a little hoops. David Glenn just put out an article, How to Win Your NCAA Bracket Contest. AK's DG's educated guesswork. So we'll go through those steps on how to win your bracket. We'll talk state, how far can they go? The Dukies are red hot. What does he think about the teams in the American, Houston and Memphis? All of that coming up. Redbeard said, didn't Rodgers complain about not having help, yet he wants the same players that didn't help him? There you go. You figured it out. Back with you after this.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Hey, O's fans, don't miss out on any of this year's Orioles action by locking in a 2023 Birdland membership. Buy now and receive an exclusive members-only Adley Rutschman Celebration bobblehead with the purchase of any membership plan. Choose from a variety of membership options, including the all-new Flex membership, giving you the ultimate flexibility to pick the games and seats you want when you want. Catch all of the fun at Oriole Park. Buy your membership today at Orioles.com/membership.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Pirate Radio!
Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at University Sportswear sportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All righty, back with you here on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we will talk to former ECU tight end Bryce Williams. He will join us inside the Pirate Radio studios, so got that on the way. I guess it's David Glenn week here on Pirate Radio. We had Darren Vaught on the show yesterday for the first time. He called some ECU baseball action over the weekend, and was great to hook up with Darren for the first time. And today we've got the man himself, David Glenn. I guess tomorrow we'll have to get Hayes Permar and Josh Graham on the show or something. DG, great to have you back, man. How you doing?
I am doing great, Clip. It's always fun to be with y'all at Pirate Radio, and maybe especially during March Madness, one of my favorite times of the year.
No doubt about it. This Thursday, Friday, two of the best sports days, absolutely, of the year. We'll have wall-to-wall coverage for you right here on Pirate Radio beginning Thursday at noon. So tune in for that. We got First Four action coming your way tonight. Well, DG is ready to help you win your bracket challenge this year. And DG, you sent me this, the David Glenn, it's on chapelboro.com, how to win your bracket. And I've started reading. I think I'm already messed up after your first point, David. So first of all, how successful have you been in all your years here on Earth in winning bracket challenges, David?
Well, I don't know if I'm much better than anybody else, but one cool thing about this particular bracket secret sauce, if you want to call it that, is that I don't tell you which team you must pick to win the championship. What I do is narrow it from 68 teams. Some years these parameters I use narrow it down to 4 options. Other years it's 6 or 7 options. But you, the reader, still get to exercise your autonomy and your prognostication freedom even after reading this particular approach to things, which, by the way, Clip, has correctly identified 21 of the last 22 NCAA champions.
Wow. Who's that outlier? I'm curious.
21 of the 22 were at least in this small pool that I identify with this approach. The outlier was UConn. Yeah. I believe that was 2014.
Shabazz Napier.
Yeah, the Huskies won as a relatively low seed. So, that was the outlier. But 21 out of 22 is pretty darn good. And again, I'm not picking this single team. I'm just narrowing the field dramatically to maximize people's chances of winning some big bucks or just getting bragging rights around the office.
And my champion actually is not out of the running after your first step. It is very much in the running. And after running through what you have here, I feel better about my Texas Longhorns pick. But we will run through some of the teams here. But you can check that out. Great read. First of all, it's entertaining. It's DG, but it's informative. So check that out, chapelboro.com, as DG, how to win your NCAA bracket contest. So, David, let's talk ACC. Do any of these ACC teams meet the criteria? Well, they're outside of that top 3, but I know you like to ride a hot team this time of year, and Duke is just that. They win in Greensboro. They win the ACC tournament and are starting to become a popular pick, David, right now in the NCAA tournament. They're in the East. So what do you think about Duke and their staying power here in March?
Well, they're certainly the best team in the ACC right now, as they showed in Greensboro when they captured the ACC championship. The bottom line with Duke all year, Cliff, has been the Devils are one of the youngest teams in all of college basketball. You know, thanks to the COVID rules and the transfer portal and other things, college basketball is actually unusually old. If you look at Pitt's starting lineup tonight in one of these first 4 games, I'm not joking when I say this, the majority of those guys are 23 and 24 years old.
David, I saw a stat. Pitt's starting lineup is older than the Oklahoma City Thunder starting lineup in the NBA.
That's a great stat. I knew you'd come up with something like that. I saw that earlier this year as well. That's just stunning. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from what Jeff Capel has done this year at Pitt. More power to him. It's hard to win with 19-year-olds or 24-year-olds. But Duke, in stark contrast, 5 of the Blue Devils' top 7 players are true freshmen. And I thought all along, of course, John Shire is a rookie head coach as Coach K's successor. I thought all along, whereas all players tend to get a little better from November, December, all the way through March, freshmen tend to have a more dramatic curve. And sure enough, the only freshman who was ready to be great at Duke right away was Kyle Filipowski, who ended up being the ACC Freshman of the Year, deservedly so. But Tyrese Proctor, Mark Mitchell, Dariq Whitehead, Derek Lively, these guys were not very good back in November and December. I mean, talented, yes, but productive, consistent, reliable, no, not in November and December. Now they are. So John Shire has gone from a little bit of a roller coaster team that went to Raleigh a couple months ago and not only lost, but just got blown out of the building, to a team that has won, 8 or 9 straight, including that ACC title. So I have Duke going to the Sweet 16. I don't think this is a good enough Duke team to be in the Final Four or to win the national title. But this is a weird year for the ACC, man, because I usually have, like last year, heck, the ACC had 3 teams in the Elite 8. I don't think it's going to be that way this year. I think you're going to go from a lot of negative narratives around the ACC during the regular season to maybe only Duke making a significant run here during March Madness.
You've got some other contenders there with Miami, especially at full strength, maybe not now, and then Virginia, who has done it before and then have some veterans on that team. Before we get to them, David, let me ask you about another in-state team, NC State, who, man, and let me bring this up too, David. I brought this up with Darren yesterday. I like perusing the message boards for entertainment. Some people like movies and music. My entertainment is looking at what crazy fans have to say about their teams. And I'm on Pack Pride, and there is a coaching carousel thread, and everybody there is basically saying, please, Georgetown, take Kevin Keats. And it was, I don't know what I was expecting to read, but it wasn't that. I guess a lot of Pack fans are ready to move on from Kevin Keats. Well, he's got him in the tournament. They will be taking on Creighton coming up. But how about that, David? And again, you can't judge everything by what you see on the internet and on the message board, but is that the majority of the fan base, in your opinion, that they're ready to move on despite, a 23-win season this year?
It's hard to put a percentage on that because I've always learned over the years that sometimes the loudest people are only representing, 1%.
Right.
Sometimes they're representing 10%. Sometimes it is 25%. I don't think it's often a majority, but I think 2 things. One, NC State fans still view themselves as a 2-time national champion, right? And they want a coach that is going to, at the very minimum, get them to the NCAA tournament more often than they miss the NCAA tournament. And Kevin Keats, remember, in his first year after taking the job from UNC Wilmington, got the Pack in. But then the next 4 years, he missed the NCAA tournament. So now they're back in, barely. And I like the Pack. I just don't like their matchup. I think Creighton is a pretty darn good basketball team that the Wolfpack has to face early. The good news for the Pack, if you want to put the glass half full, Terquavion Smith, Jarkel Joyner, and Casey Morsell give Kevin Keats, for either the first or second time in his 6 years in Raleigh, exactly the kind of guards that allow him to play up-tempo, push the basketball, put some points on the board. I think they're even better than they have been defensively for Kevin Keats this year. I don't see anything wrong with the Wolfpack. DJ Burns is really good inside. It's much more I like Creighton than I dislike NC State in terms of why I don't have the Pack going, for example, to the Sweet 16.
David Glenn joining us, breaking down the bracket. A couple more to get to, David. I want to ask you about, we got a couple of former Pirates in this tournament, Tristan Newton with Danny Hurley and UConn, and then you've got, of course, Jaden Gardner with Virginia. I'm happy for Jaden to get to the NCAA tournament. Looking forward to seeing what they can do, and some people say it's going to be a short run because Furman is a popular upset pick in a 4-13 matchup. How about Tony Bennett's team, David? Do they have enough to get them to the second weekend?
I'm skeptical about the Cavaliers. As much as I admire Tony Bennett, and I love the Jaden Gardner story well, I was just in Greensboro all week. He was the Cavaliers' best player in Greensboro, and I believe he earned all tournament honors, and deservedly so. So kudos to an in-state guy who was great at ECU and has been great at UVA these last 2 years. And again, right now is probably their best player, even over, a Reese Beekman who might play in the NBA, for example. The problem with the Cavaliers is they just don't have as much offensive firepower as they have had in the years where, of course, when they won the national championship not crazy long ago, or even other years where they have been a relatively high seed. Kihei Clark is more of a defensive guy. Reese Beekman is more of a defensive guy. Ben Vanderplas, who's kind of their more offensive-minded big guy, broke his hand and is out for the season, so he's unavailable. I love how the Cavaliers are coached. They play, of course, brilliant defense. I just think in the NCAA tournament, against better teams and better defenses, you need a bunch of dudes that can get buckets. And I just think the Cavaliers are going to run out of dudes that get buckets because there just aren't those, Ty Jerome, Kyle Guy type options there were the year they won the national title.
Well, Miami can get buckets, David. They have trouble stopping people from getting buckets sometimes. How about Jim Laranaga's team had an injury the other night that could affect them. You got to watch out for that, too, when you're filling out your brackets, how healthy your team's right now. And Jim Laranaga's squad dealing with an injury, but they still have Wong, one of the best offensive players to watch in college basketball. What do you think about Miami?
To me, the Hurricanes are the only other ACC team besides Duke that could make a run.
Yeah.
It is because they are, when healthy, brilliant offensively. I mean, Isaiah Wong, ACC Player of the Year, of course. Nigel Pack, their other guard, was first-team All-Big 12 last year, and he's been very good in the ACC, although not an all-conference player. The asterisk is their big guy is named Norchad Omier. He was the Sun Belt Player of the Year a year ago, transfer obviously. He rolled his ankle, and I saw it happen on press row really bad in Greensboro, and did not play for the remainder of that tournament. He was, on crutches at the last I saw him. Now, apparently he's walking around, but just like Tennessee losing one of its best players as a 4 seed in the East, I can't count on Miami. When Omier is not in there, they go from being that weak defensive team that you described to kind of roll out the red carpet defensively. Yeah. And again, they might win 95-89, but Omier, that question mark, just I don't believe I would pick Indiana out of that little mini 4-team bracket there to go to the Sweet 16. Miami at full strength, I would take all the way maybe to the Sweet 16 at least, where Houston's in that bracket. But not knowing how one of your 2 or 3 best players is going to be available, that's the wrong place to be in mid-March.
David, I know you like the local angle. How about a North Carolina guy, Kelvin Sampson, and his Houston Cougars? Another one of those teams we're talking about dealing with a late injury to Marcus Sasser. We're hoping he can go. He's a phenomenal player, but Houston they really exemplified the team. As we watched them here in Minges, my dad said, man, they don't care who scores. They will lock you down defensively, and any one of them on the court can take over offensively. How good of a chance do you give Houston, maybe a banged-up Houston, when you start looking at the upper echelon teams of this tournament? How far do you think Kelvin Sampson's guys go?
I was looking forward to this conversation with you in Pirate Radio today and wondering how you and your listeners view the Cougars, because you see them far more often in the American Athletic Conference, obviously. My sense is that Houston can win the whole darn thing. That having seen them play against ECU, having seen them beat, for example, UVA of the Atlantic Coast Conference, knowing that not just Marcus Sasser, and I would change my view if he's not able to play. It sounds like he will be able to play. But not only is he a possible first-round NBA draft pick, which is in my bracket buster challenge at chapelboro.com, but they have at least 2 guys. Jarris Walker might be a first-round NBA, probably will be a first-round NBA pick. So you have NBA-caliber talent. You, of course, dominated the regular season. You're well-balanced, great offense and great defense. I believe Kelvin Sampson is a top-tier head coach in college basketball. To me, there is no – I know it sounds crazy because nobody outside of 6 conferences has won it all since UNLV did it. Was that 32 years, 33 years ago?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. I really believe the Houston Cougars can be the team to break that trend. I not only have them in the Final Four in my main bracket, I have them winning the whole thing.
There you go. The Houston Cougars cutting it down. According to David Glenn and DG, before we let you run, People always ask, what is David Glenn up to? Very popular question. So, DG, can you, straight from the horse's mouth, tell us what you're up to these days, man?
Yeah, how do I narrow this down? So I'm still a communication professor at UNC Wilmington, where I teach sports media classes and have a blast doing it, including with the children of some Pirate Radio area listeners, which has been a lot of fun. I am still writing this column at chapelboro.com and appearing on 97.9 The Hill and a bunch of other radio stations as a guest expert on all things ACC or state of North Carolina sports. I am back into the legal work that I did as a younger man when I practiced for about 17 years. I've helped one friend syndicate our sports radio show in another part of the country. I've helped another friend buy a combination radio station, website, magazine. So that's consultant-style work. And I'm considering an option that would put me back, let's just say, not in terrestrial radio, but back on a large-size media platform later this year.
Awesome.
But I'm not 100% sure that's going to happen starting in July. But if it does happen, that's when it will happen. In the meantime, I'm just having a lot of fun kind of piecing together a whole bunch of jobs, being that jack of all trades, perhaps master of none.
Eric on YouTube says, David Glenn is a legend. Miss him on the airwaves. And I know a lot of folks echo that sentiment, David. But, man, wearing many hats, staying busy, that is for sure. And so glad we could get you on here to talk some hoops with you today, DG. We miss hearing from you, but glad to catch up, and we'll certainly do it again down the road, man.
Great to be with you, Clip. Tell the rest of your crew I said hello. I miss everybody down there. I cherish the relationship that we had for so many years with Pirate Radio. And if I do launch this thing later this year, I will absolutely, positively keep you guys in the loop in case you want to be a part of it.
All right, exciting stuff. Looking forward to potentially that happening. David, thank you so much. David Glenn joining us, chapelboro.com. How to win your NCAA bracket contest. And again, David is not just showing you his bracket filled out. He is giving you guidelines. He is giving you information to think about, some of his opinion on what to do. But this is really interesting, a fun read, and I'm happy with my pick. My team that I picked meets these criteria, these bullet points that he has. So check that out and see if your team does as well. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 2 of Pirate Radio Live as we roll on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
University Book Exchange, UPE or ECU, University Book Exchange. University Book Exchange, UPE or ECU, University Book Exchange.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Saturday, April 8th, the NC Strutmasters Championship is back, presented by Leopold and coming back to Farmville. Turkey hunters from all over the country are headed east to put their skills to the test, and the top scoring birds will win big cash prizes up to $30,000. Plus live performances by Nate Hosey and the Carolina Treat Band. A weigh-in will be held at R.A. Wood Farms, 39 Vanderford Thomas Road in Farmville, North Carolina. Registration is now open for two-man teams at ncstrutmasters.com. Brought to you by Sam Jones Barbecue, Big Rock Power Sports and Marine, Mossy Oak, Spring Hill Outfitters, Carolina Caliber, Mossberg, Doug Henry of Farmville, and Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Deadline to register is April 3rd, or the first 165 teams. And we'll see you there for the NC Strutmasters Championship.
This is Josh Gross, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner. Be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. As a matter of fact, you might want to follow us because we're going to have some spring football action for you coming up on our social media in a little while. And, of course, you can join the over 61,000 followers today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
Good fun breaking down the brackets with Coach Mack McCarthy, David Glenn. We'll do it again on Wednesday with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadeau. So we will continue to get you ready for your bracket challenge, and hopefully we can lead you to a victory this year. I've only won one in my life. It happened here at Pirate Radio a few years ago. Other past winners include Hunter Ellerby, who has his bracket on the big board once again. Morgan Ehlers. I do not recall who won last year. Do you, Shirley?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it my friend Cashel?
Oh, yeah. It was the...
she came out of nowhere.
An officer of the law.
Yeah. Last-minute addition to our Pirate Radio pool and ended up walking away with the whole doggone thing.
That's right. Pirate Radio security. Cashel with the win. So, yeah, we've got our brackets on the big door, and we'll have more up there, and we'll talk more about it coming up. Also, Bryce Williams going to make his much anticipated bracket today on the air. So looking forward to that.
Is he going to fill it out like live on the air, or is he going to bring in one?
I hope he's done a little homework.
If we're doing it on the air, then we might as well just dedicate the whole hour to him doing the bracket.
I don't think we can do the whole thing on the air. Maybe we'll get some insight on a few of his picks as we go along.
Yeah, because now that you mention it, that would take longer than an hour.
Yeah, we got places to be. But looking forward to that. Also, I'd have a game for you folks today. We'll see how you guys do with that.
Okay.
How about you look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dub Buck?
Dub Buck.
Chandler, hit me with the theme.
Coming
up tonight,
True Terrible Panthers growl.
True TV. What's True TV? Do I have True TV?
What channel's that?
Where's True TV? I like Impractical Jokers on True TV. It's a great show.
That is a great show.
Southeast Missouri taking on Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Was there a dash between Corpus and Christi? I don't think there is.
No.
Nope.
Take away one of those dashes. I have a bone to pick with this. If you win your conference tournament, you should be in the NCAA tournament, not in the first four. Some Mickey Mouse deal in Dayton, Ohio. You should be in the field of 64.
I would think that yeah.
Stop
automatic
putting
bid.
These automatic qualifiers in these first four games. I know they're not going to do it. I get it. But it's not fair.
I think the Charlotte Hornets would lose the play-in tournament.
They would lose to Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
Or Southeast Missouri State.
Correct. And definitely Pitt or Mississippi State, who play later tonight. That would be around 9:10-ish start time. Jeff Capel's team taking on Mississippi State. If you don't know anything about Mississippi State, they play very boring defensive basketball. So if you need a nightlight tonight, put that one on, and it should get you to sleep. They play.
Oh, good.
They play a boring style of basketball.
I need a nightlight.
So that is coming up tonight. You've also got NIT action, but coming up Wednesday night, first four, Fairleigh Dickinson against Texas Southern. And again, these teams should be playing on Thursday, Friday, not on Wednesday. It's a travesty. One of Nadeau's teams he wanted in the tournament is one of the last teams in. That is Nevada. They'll be facing Arizona State late night on Wednesday night.
Bobby Hurley's club.
So those are your first four matchups. You got Bobby Hurley on the sidelines. The head coach at Nevada is former Indiana guard, I believe. Basketball.
Victor Oladipo?
Steve Alford.
Dang, that was close.
Steve Alford is the former player I was talking about there. He is the head coach of the Wolfpack of Nevada. All right, so that's going on tonight. Buccaneer Music Hall Scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
ECU taking on UNCW at 6. We'll see if we get a lineup for you coming up in hour number 3.
I've got some NFL news.
Breaking news.
I don't know if you've mentioned this on the show, but 27 minutes ago, I believe it was Adam Schefter broke it. Maybe somebody else.
Get to it.
The Commanders have released J.D. McKissick.
Ooh, okay. Good little player. I like J.D. McKissick.
Good little player. It was Adam Schefter about 29 minutes ago.
Alan Lazard signs a deal with the Jets.
Oh,
so
boy.
He's going from Green Bay to New York.
He's on the wish list.
So
Aaron Rodgers' Christmas wish list.
The proverbial smoke coming from the
Yeah.
chimney.
Is it green?
It's
Is it
getting
green
there.
smoke?
It's starting to tint a little green. I mean, it is going to be St. Patrick's Day on Friday.
Wear your green. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 3. Bryce Williams is here. Brackets, spring football, and more after this.
High and deep to right field. This could be number 300, and it is for Dale Murphy.
Hey, sports fans, one of the most beloved athletes ever to play for the Atlanta Braves, Dale Murphy, is coming to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorship and ticket information to a dinner with Dale Murphy is available now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, resilience, integrity, and more. It's a dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details available now at pr927fm.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
Greenville's first ever Texas Fusion restaurant is now open for lunch. That's right, the Sidebar, located right beside the Dickinson Avenue Public House, now offers lunch Tuesday through Friday from 11:30 to 2:30. Come take a break from work and enjoy the tastiest food items around. Whether it's the honey chipotle chicken sandwich, smoked brisket tacos, chicken tortilla soup, chicken tinga nachos, or keep it simple with chips and salsa. To keep up with our ever-changing menu, food and drink specials, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
Spring merchandise is arriving daily and we need to make room. Hey Pirate fans, it's Russell with Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Rhonda is taking markdowns of 75% on all remaining winter merchandise for men and women. This is our biggest sale of the year, so don't miss out. Outerwear, sportswear, dresses, and tops, all at 75% off. This is your opportunity to view all the new spring goodies and save a bunch on sale merchandise. Shop the biggest sale of the year now going on at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
Go Pirates!
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
Great. It's 30 degrees in here. This is going to be a cold night.
No one's coming out this late.
I'm on firewood.
Dad! I'll put hot coals in our socks for bedtime. Mom!
Hi, I'm from Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Got an email about your heat being out?
That was me. I sent it from my phone.
I think your socks are on fire.
Ah!
Call Delcor today to get a new system installed for less than $100 a month. Offer expires soon. Go to DelcorInc.com. Monthly fee based on new system financing is 9.9% APR for 120 months. Call Delcor for details.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, Pirate Nation, Integrity Home Mortgage is here. If you're looking to purchase a home, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir today. The Integrity Home Mortgage team offers over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve before, during, and after your real estate transaction. To get started, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, or Joanne Weir. Integrity Home Mortgage, Pirates supporting Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah.
Showing Bryce Princeton upsetting UCLA in 1996 because he might have the Tigers getting another big one this year. Look at this, Bryce. Boom. Got him. Layup. Ooh. Crowd goes wild. Old, is it Pete Carril was their coach? Huge upset in the tournament. And Bryce Williams, let's welcome him onto the show first with his theme song. We need that. And then I need that followed up.
The light, I was
some Mark
baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to love again. I'm a brand new man.
Bryce Bryce is here. Bryce is stressed.
We're here.
We gave him an empty bracket and
a lot of choices.
a lot of choices.
And apparently you were supposed to text him on Sunday.
Well, yeah, I told him I would.
He gave me some valuable advice. He says, normally, upsets in the first. Last year, he made me recap what I did last year, some mistakes. You got to learn from your mistakes if you want to get better. And that upsets typically happen here. I had them in like the, Elite 8? No, Sweet 16-ish.
Right. Sometimes you ride your upsets a little too far.
Yeah. And that's wise.
Yeah.
You know,
they're fun to pick, but you can't go crazy with them.
Yeah. Sometimes reality, the cream rises to the top.
Yes, sir.
You know. So we're here.
Having said that, you do have a monster first-round upset, Princeton, knocking off Arizona.
Yes.
That would be a shocker.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going through this.
I've got Arizona in my national championship game.
I know. I got a buddy who moved to Montana.
I think I do, too.
I'm going Montana State over Kansas. Never mind. Wait, that's never mind.
I wouldn't do that.
Wait, I had
Slow down, buddy.
My bad. I go too crazy.
Slow
here.
it down, big boy.
Wait, over who? Kansas State?
Kansas State. That's what I meant.
I watched Montana State play one of the worst basketball games I've seen a couple weeks ago in their conference tournament. It was awful. It went to like 2 overtimes. The teams barely got to 50 points. It was brutal. Bryce, how you doing, man? All right, so
good.
What should we do, Chandler? Should we have him put his paper down till the break, or should we just have him fill it out live? Because if we do this, we can't talk about any other topic.
Yeah, I'll go breaks.
Let's go break.
We got a lot to cover here.
We
Big
do.
blanket.
It's first day of spring football practice.
Did you see that, Bryce?
Really?
Did you see these photos on Pirate Radio's social media account?
Wow.
We got boys and what do we got? Do we have shells on? No, it looks like we just got some guys in some shorts and some jerseys wearing helmets.
It's weird not
cold
seeing
out there today. I got no sweatpants.
Showing a little leg action.
Leg.
It's weird
Did
not
you ever
seeing
say
Holt out there.
when you asked him, Mason? Did you ask him if he thought he was taller than me? Or you forgot.
Well, we hadn't had Mason on yet. We had a snafu with the schedule.
Snafu.
We hope to get him on at a later date.
I got you.
What's the question? Are you taller than Bryce
Remember,
Williams?
you all said, "What's some questions for me?"
Yeah.
This was like 2 shows ago.
Right.
And I said, "Well, ask him if he thinks he's taller than me."
Okay.
He's a big dude.
He is very
He
tall.
is large.
Ask him his height and weight, and we'll see.
Is he
I'm playing
meteor?
weight right now.
You're ready.
I'm playing weight right now.
Yeah. Too bad
Could you
you're.
imagine a Mason Garcia, Bryce Williams tandem?
Could you?
That'd be cool.
It's too bad you're not on Aaron Rodgers' wish list.
I
In fine print it does say Bryce Williams.
Very fine print.
Apparently, Aaron Rodgers has a wish list of players he wants the Jets to sign in order for him to go there, and it's just all his Green Bay buddies. Randall Cobb,
Everybody.
Mercedes Lewis, everybody like 40 and over that he likes that are his friends.
There's 2 guys on that list that combine for an age of like 95 years old. Mercedes Lewis and Randall Cobb.
Yeah, you need to get on that list. All right, so what do you remember about football in mid-March, Bryce, getting out there for spring ball? What are some of your memories?
If I remember correctly, I don't recall having cold practice. I don't remember it being 30-some degrees during spring ball by any means. So that would be new. Remember, it'd be just warm enough to it'd have a chill, but it'd be a little heat in it. Chilly heat, you know?
Mm-hmm. I put on some icy hot last night. I know exactly.
Yeah, so more like an icy hot that comes and goes, you know. And of course, it was exciting to get back playing football again. I mean, spring ball brings pretty much just as much excitement as like fall camp does. Because you've been all winter, you've been lifting weights, just talking about the upcoming season, and this is the closest thing, you get to the season coming up, and it's exciting. And for young guys, it always is a chance for them, make a name for themselves and sort of show coaches, what they can do, because there is a lot of opportunity in spring ball, and that when spring ball gets finishes, then obviously you can either put a good or bad taste in your coach's mouth with fall camp coming up.
All right, Bryce, let's do this exercise. I'm going to run down the position groups. You tell me your confidence level heading into like 1 out of 10 in each position. Quarterback, Chandler said a moment ago, weird to see pictures at spring ball without Holton Ahlers, but more pictures of Mason Garcia, who's been around a long time. Big unknown there. So you are going off potential. You're going off gut belief, what people have told you. I don't know. So confidence level 1 out of 10 in Mason Garcia.
Goodness gracious. I mean, it's definitely tough because, we've seen him play I don't even know, 15 snaps or something. Not, hardly anything.
Got one start out of the blue against Navy years ago.
COVID
with a COVID deal.
Yeah. So it's tough. If I like to go off of potential and optimism, I'd like to say I'm gonna go like an 8, I think.
All right, that's pretty high.
7.7, something like that. I mean, I would think by now this offense is second nature to him. And so he's had plenty of time to study up, and now it's just a matter of him getting in the groove. Really, I think he's right there rolling right next to the groove, and you just got to fall right into it.
I cannot find my list. The list. I got you. The groove. There's a groove there.
Yeah.
He's on the edge of the groove. Got to get in the groove.
Yeah.
All right. Running back. You're losing your all-world weapon in Keaton Mitchell. Now you've got the gun show, Marlon Gunn, who had a good freshman season. You've got Rajay Harris returning from injury. We'll get updates on him as we go on in spring. He wanted to be ready for spring. We'll see where he is right now. You've got the newcomer. Mike Houston loves one of the newcomers on this team, Bond, I believe his name is. So, man, tough to fill in all that productivity from a Keaton Mitchell. But how do you feel about the running back room?
Like I said, start with Marlon Gunn. Definitely had some good strong runs as a freshman. And he performed well, and so feel good about him. With Rajay Harris, unfortunate. He got hurt. I'm hoping he doesn't try and force spring ball. I'm just sitting there when you mentioned hopefully be ready for spring ball. I hope he doesn't, force. I think I'm ready, and kind of hesitant. I mean, obviously, he knows his body better than anybody, but I hope he doesn't. I wouldn't say maybe a pride thing, but just say, "No, I'm ready to go. Let's go." And something happened, because obviously there's way more important things happening in the fall than there is the spring. But still feel good about him. And I think definitely, which he always, I feel like, had a good mindset and work ethic and everything. But I think getting hurt can even up that a little bit even more for him, personally, inside. So I feel good about him coming back this, as far as being available this fall. And then you mentioned a third guy.
So they've got Camaro Edmonds, who was a transfer, Pop McKay, Nemo Squire. You got those guys who we've seen some of them sparingly. But Bond is a freshman that Mike Houston is very high on that could be ready to come in and play right away.
Yeah, and I don't know his speed, but he's looking like he's around the same size as Keaton, so maybe we have another speed guy.
I've heard a Keaton-like burst from this Bond guy.
Well, that's good. So, I'm just going to go off of that.
Yeah.
I feel good. I mean, I'm probably going to go another. I mean, obviously, I haven't seen this guy play. We've seen Rajay. But he's got some, he's broke away from some things, but we are losing a very crucial weapon when it comes to speed and kind of just outgoing guys.
Got you out of so many jams.
Yeah, for sure. But still, still feel pretty good. Rajay's, I'm going, another 8.
So did you go 8 with the first one?
I kind of went 8, but I kind of went 7.7.
All right, I'm gonna split the difference and go round up and say 7.9.
So quarterbacks, running backs probably. Let's just go.
Make a decision, Bryce.
I'll go 7.9.
All right, wide receiver. Isaiah Winstead out. C.J. Johnson out. You have
Somebody transferred, didn't they?
a lot of talent to make up for at the receiver position. So right now, I'll just read who's on the roster. Jahari Patterson, who was a transfer from Marshall. We just haven't seen him on the field much. Jalen Johnson made some plays. I feel like he's a guy you can count on when healthy to make some plays. Kerry King, heard a lot about him, youngster who we've seen on the field a little bit. Ryan King, Josh Murphy, Brock Spalding, Jarrett Gardner, who did not make a lot of plays last year, but 6'3", 207, good frame, will be back this year. Blue Coleman, I don't know who he is, but I like his name. Josiah Hatfield, kind of an X factor. At times looks fantastic. At other times, MIA. So this is a tough. This is a position of question right now going into.
We're gonna
spring.
go the unknowns because we have some young guys and we had obviously main guys are gone. We're gonna go. I think I'm a confident guy. We're gonna go 7.
Okay, put that at an even 7.
I mean, I think we got obviously good athletes. Just it's a matter of we haven't seen much activity off of them. So, you don't want to. I'm always a glass half full.
I know you're very optimistic.
But, kind of be real a little bit.
All right, well, be real about the tight ends. Ryan Jones. 10. Ryan Jones leaving hurts.
Yeah,
it does.
Super.
And Aaron Jarman as well. But you have Shane Calhoun, who has played good football here at East Carolina, been very reliable. And I personally have a lot of confidence in him to have a very productive season. How about you, Tyler Savage, Max Launch, also in that room.
Big tall fella.
German.
He's really German.
He is really a German.
He ain't American German. He's German.
He's German.
He's Oktoberfest German.
So, basically, how do you feel about Shane Calhoun? You want to talk more about Max Launch?
Well, sketch number there. I don't understand the whole 98 thing, but redshirt freshman, so I don't think I guess he's not playing, so he's out of the question right now. I'm assuming. I don't know.
Sketch number. Maybe those Germans like higher numbers.
I favor Shane a lot.
You like Shane?
I like Shane a lot. Of course, the number started off the relationship.
They call him not so slim 80.
Yeah, of course he's a little short. He's shorter for about 3 inches, and so he looks a little bulkier.
Yeah,
but,
a little compact.
Yeah, compact is good word there. Every time I've seen Shane play, like when he's gets in, I mean he always seems to make the most of his opportunities. He's made crucial catches. I haven't seen him break one for 50, I don't think, or anything crazy like that. But I mean, he's made very contested catches, and I would say it's very productive with the ball when I've seen him. When he has the ball in his hands, whether it's just getting that first down, breaking a few tackles or falling forward and things like that. So I'm very pleased with Shane, and I hope all goes well and he can be a starter because I think a player like Shane. You get him in the groove. I mean, it's just
back to the groove we go.
The groove. You get in the groove and you're on. And I'm excited to see how he goes when he's kind of like my Florida game. It was just like bam, 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 bam.
Oh yeah.
Just see what he can do when he has those opportunities. So I like Shane. So I'm basing everything off of this. So he's 10. I'm confident.
Straight up 10.
10. I mean, it's his third year playing, correct?
At least.
Yeah, at least third year playing. So confidence. I knew the confidence I had as my third year playing. So
first year was 2020. Played in 21, 22.
Yeah.
So this will be year 4.
Oh.
2020 played 9 games.
Oh, 10.
10.1.
Yeah, his confidence. I mean, if needs to be like, all right, I'm the man. It's just got to be what it is.
And as Tyler points out, Desirio Riles is coming in. So he committed to Indiana. He decommitted from Indiana, and he joins East Carolina. 93rd best athlete nationally. He is I guess, tight end / defensive player, but I'm assuming will be a tight end here. He goes by the nickname Ooh?
Ooh.
Ooh?
You know, when I make the sound ooh, it's like not a good thing.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like you drop a ball, ooh. It's a block, ooh. You trip, ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
He's turning ooh into a good thing, apparently.
There we go.
So another tight end there. All right, offensive line. This is where I wish I had my list. Off the top of my head, you lose Avery Jones at center.
Yeah.
So you're breaking in a new center. You're losing Noah Henderson, who's trying to make it to the next level. So that is going to be and I'll run through some of the O-linemen here to look at the experience that we have.
What's our experience? I'm probably going to base a lot of that on.
My goodness, how many O-linemen do we have? So Parker Moore is back for another year. Let's see, just running through experience guys. Isaiah Foots played some for the Pirates. He's going to be counted on certainly this year. Nashad Strother's played a lot of football for the Pirates. He'll be starting somewhere. Hampton Ergel has played a little bit. Walter Stribling, Richard Pierce. So you've got some experience, but you're losing a lot of snaps there on the O-line. And interesting nugget, Bryce, a new O-line coach with Steve Shankweiler taking another position. So,
But there's a lot of moving parts on the O-line, and that is a experience. I feel like is one thing that really helps out. I mean, there's a big difference between you're a receiver and you're running routes against a guy, you know, who's playing off you or any of this. There's a lot of moving parts on the O-line. With us losing a lot of snaps, I'm gonna go. I'm not being too pessimistic, but being real, just kind of.
I want you to be real, Bryce.
I'm sitting at like a 6.8.
All right.
Like just of what I've just of what the complexity of the O-line entails.
All right, Bryce. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say this equals that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divided by 7. Oh no, I didn't want that fraction. 7.92 is your confidence level in East Carolina's offense this spring.
God,
overall.
Is that bad? Well, I mean,
Bryce, we lost Holt Nailers, Keaton Mitchell, Isaiah Winstead, C.J. Johnson, Ryan Jones.
Okay,
I think you're over-optimistic about this offense.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So we'll do some defense next week, but overall 7.92. I think that is a very Bryce Williams optimistic look at this offense. It just tells you we've got a lot of question marks on that side of the ball.
For sure. Well, I'm not going to say the position, but you can probably go and put like a 3 there. We're going to keep that on down low.
What position is Bryce talking about? We'll find out at a later date. All right, let's take a break. When we return, Bryce, you work on your bracket during the break.
I'll take a test.
I got a little game planned for us. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors. And by the way, we want to say congratulations to TJ. He said, Clip, I got into nursing school. Are you proud?
Yes,
I am.
TJ.
Let's go around the horn and tell him how proud we are. TJ, thank you for being a loyal listener, and thank you for one day being a great nurse. We're proud of you.
Is this TJ Dunn on YouTube?
Yes.
TJ Dunn, congratulations, my friend. On behalf of everybody here at Pirate Radio and myself, congratulations, and good luck in your future endeavors.
I don't know why you're speaking for me, but TJ.
Yeah,
We're all going to talk.
On behalf, I mean, I can talk too.
Well, upper become spokesman.
I know
upper management isn't here, so like Jonathan's out of town.
You're number 2 in charge?
On behalf of upper management. Okay. All right. Well, TJ, congratulations on a job well done. Thank you for choosing a honorable job profession as a nurse.
Good one, Shirley.
And
she's speaking for me.
Here's to hoping that you are going to be one of the best nurses ever.
There we go.
Bryce?
DJ.
Yeah.
Mr. DJ Dunn. Congrats. Work hard. And I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Shirley. Good job.
All right.
Well said.
Well said. I'm crying over here. Did he say what nursing school? Is it here?
No, he didn't say.
Oh, wait. This is going to change
now. If it's at
what
Carol,
church is it? I mean, church. What?
And what church do you go to?
What?
And are you in the choir?
I go to the Baptist church.
What school did he get into?
What nursing school? Let us
Regardless,
know.
congrats.
If it's not East Carolina, we're taking the congratulations.
Yeah.
And your band. All right, we're back with more after these words.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, what can you do for people looking for a new vehicle in 2023?
We can show the people the number one selling car in the region, the Buick Encore, the Encore GX, the Envision, and the Buick Enclave. We've also got Cadillac dominating the market with the XT4, XT5, and XT6, and we continue to get new GMC Sierra trucks in daily. Please come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Saturday, April 8th, the NC Strutmasters Championship is back. Presented by Leopold and coming back to Farmville. Turkey hunters from all over the country are headed east to put their skills to the test, and the top scoring birds will win big cash prizes up to $30,000. Plus live performances by Nate Hosey and the Carolina Treat Band. A weigh-in will be held at R.A. Wood Farms, 39 Vanderford Thomas Road in Farmville, North Carolina. Registration is now open for 2-man teams at ncstrutmasters.com. Brought to you by Sam Jones Barbecue, Big Rock Power Sports and Marine, Mossy Oak, Spring Hill Outfitters, Carolina Caliber, Mossberg, Doug Henry of Farmville, and Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Deadline to register is April 3rd, or the first 165 teams. And we'll see you there for the NC Strutmasters Championship.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly. Hey Pirate Nation, we need your support for the Peden Strong Super Bowl Golf Tournament on Friday, March 31st at Aiden Golf and Country Club. The Peden Strong Tournament is to benefit Jerry Peden, who at only 40 years old was recently diagnosed with metastatic colon cancer. All proceeds will benefit Jerry Peden and family for cancer treatment, support, and awareness. To sign up for a team, whole sponsorship, or to donate, contact Mike Vaughn at 531-7496. Morning and afternoon flights available. Sign up today and be Peden Strong.
Pirate Radio.
Go Pirates! Go Pirates! Arr! Yeah.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or visit qualityequip.com to find the location near you. And as we head back into the show clip, I do have a Buccaneer scoreboard, or Music Hall scoreboard update for you, presented by the Buck.
The Buck.
All right. Elon gets their first top 25 win in 3 years as they defeat NC State 14-6 was your final.
Wait, these midweek games are crazy, folks.
Yep, they are crazy. And Chandler, if you would look on your Twitter page or your little Twitter, we do have
Shirley. Let's not talk about.
Let's talk about
his little Twitter on the air.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean
That's
to.
personal.
I didn't mean to reveal the size of your Twitter. ECU Baseball has revealed their lineup for today. So if you are inclined to do so, please give us today's lineup.
Your starting for your ECU Pirates. Batting first, the designated hitter, Luke Nowak. Batting second, the second baseman, Jacob Starling. Batting third, the right fielder, Jacob Jenkins Coward. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Josh Moylan. Batting fifth, the catcher, Justin Wilcoxon. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Joey Barini. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Carter Cunningham. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Alec Makarevich. Batting ninth, the center fielder, Riley Johnson. And the starting pitcher for your ECU Pirates is Jake Hunter.
Jake Hunter had one of my favorite. Not that this song is one of my favorites of all time. It's a great song, but it was a great pitcher's warm-up song. The way it kind of built. He had Bad Company by Bad Company as the song, but the doom, doom, doom kind of starts like that. And then it... No. That is Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. But Shirley was jamming in there.
Oh, sorry, because I thought...
That also would have been a good one.
That's why I thought you were going with it.
No.
I apologize.
I was going with boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah.
Wait, what is that?
Company. All right. Bryce is...
I'm almost there, and this is...
Wow, he's gotten to the final
Sweet 16.
Jeez. I don't know. Arkansas's 8 seed, but I...
All right, let's table it for a moment because I need you locked in.
There we go.
Because we're going to play a game real quick. A lot of answers here. I believe 38 is the count. And this could be really easy for some, really difficult for others. All you have to do, Shirley, Chandler, and Bryce, is name the Division I basketball playing schools in the states that border North Carolina: Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina.
Gotcha.
Name colleges.
Gracious.
Simple.
D1. There's a lot more D1 basketball than there's like football, right?
Correct.
Right.
So think about cities, think about towns, think about big schools, little schools. Bryce, we're going to start with you.
I'm going to take it off the board and go Carolina.
Okay, let me explain the parameters one more time. We're going states that border North Carolina.
That's right.
We're going to go Virginia.
I want to go start all like this. Carolina.
My bad.
State.
I'm going to give you a redo.
Redo.
Hey, you might have been South Carolina.
Paula G.
That is true.
You know
Some
what?
people.
USC.
All right.
We're going to take it off the board.
Shirley, you're up. Carolina, you knew it all.
I'm going to start off just like this. Carolina.
Virginia.
All right, there you go, Chandler.
Clemson.
Okay, Bryce.
VT.
All right, we're rolling. Shirley.
You said VT, right? Oh, okay. College of Charleston.
Okay, Chandler.
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Okay, Bryce.
VCU.
VCU. Shirley.
Flubber.
I am Stumped.
Oh, come on.
Clemson.
Been said.
Oh,
Come on and raise up. Take your shirt off.
Alabama. Good Lord! No. Look at the state of North Carolina.
Okay, we're only doing those 3 states, though.
Alabama.
Oh, okay. So we're not okay.
Tennessee, Virginia,
South Carolina.
South Cac.
No respect to
Alabama.
Georgia.
Would you like to pass?
Norfolk State.
Sure.
Why not?
Chandler.
I'm going to go James Madison.
All right. Bryce.
Is Old Dominion D1?
They certainly are.
They are, sir.
Shirley.
Sir.
Oh, flip of
I'm trying to
the
think.
Middle
Oh.
Tennessee.
I'll count it, Chandler.
I'm going to go East Tennessee State.
You are right, my friend.
And we said Tennessee State. Is there a Tennessee State?
Easton. What'd you say? Did somebody
I said,
He
she
said it-
Middle Tennessee State.
I said
East
middle
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Is Tennessee Tech?
Yes, sir.
Hey!
man, come on now.
Yee.
Shirley.
Oh my God.
This is hard.
That is a D1 Hampton.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, dang.
Now we're
She
getting
dug
into
in
it.
our deep.
Hey, guys. I'm going to go with, how about you put a little respect on their name, and it's where the birth of Paint It Purple came from. The Furman Paladins.
Furman is correct.
The former. What about
wow.
They're in the
Wofford?
tournament.
Wait, say that again?
Wofford.
Yes, sir.
Oh my
boy.
God.
Hey.
Shirley.
Come on.
Hey.
Coastal Carolina.
Oh, dang. That's
That is a ding.
dang.
Chan man.
Rolling.
I'm going to put a little flame on this one. Liberty!
Liberty. Flames.
God.
Flames.
Crap. Well, I hope I don't put the flames out with.
With? Your arm's working, but your mouth ain't.
I'm going.
Run it up.
What's in South
Tennessee,
What's in
Virginia,
Tennessee?
South Cac.
What's in Virginia? Anything in Virginia? Has VCU been said?
VCU? You
said it.
Say
He tried to pull a fast one on
You
it.
didn't say VC, you said VCU.
Oh, I did. Did I say that?
Yeah, we still got a few in Virginia. We got a few in South Cac. We got several in Tennessee.
What's in Tennessee?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Is there a West Tennessee?
No, I'm gonna. Everybody gets 1X, so start thinking about it. I'm gonna come back to you, Shirley.
Gotta spin the web. Richmond.
Oh, man.
The spiders.
I was
The
literally going to say itsy bitsy.
How the heck?
You had a bit plan.
I had a bit planned.
Oh,
and she
shot
took it
down.
from me.
All right, Chandler.
But I'm going to go with the Commodores, the Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt
Oh!
is correct.
God, they're in Tennessee.
I'm get.
Nashville.
Memphis.
Gosh.
Ever heard of them? That is correct.
Dang! Thank goodness.
Shirley,
Oh, no.
this is tough times here.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to put 10 on the shot clock. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I got nothing.
All right, Whitney. Chandler.
South Carolina State.
Beat ECU earlier this year.
Wow.
That is correct. Bryce, you're down to your final strike. You got anything left?
Has the University of Virginia been? Did we say that?
That would be mine.
You said
we
that.
said that.
So okay, there's got to be a.
Oh!
Hold on. You're next. Tapping out. Name something.
We're gonna go Southeastern Carolina Tech.
That is incorrect. Shirley.
Is VMI?
VMI is correct.
Dang.
The Keydets.
I'm going to go with South Carolina Upstate.
USC Upstate.
What the-
Correct.
Oh!
Shirley, back to you.
Oh, my.
Man.
Oh, God.
Does Chandler have the
Do we
championship?
have some left in Richmond? Richmond.
Shirley, this is a stall tactic, and I appreciate it. We've got 1, 2, 3.
Dang.
4.
Well, I guess I can look.
5 I counted, I believe, in Virginia. Yep. Got 5 in Virginia. You got 1, 2.
In South Carolina.
3, 4.
Jeez.
All right, so Shirley, you done? We need to move it along anyway.
Yeah, I'm done. I can't.
Chandler, you're our winner. Do you want to show off with one more? Or are you good?
I'm good.
All right. Here's some you missed. Shirley, I am disappointed in you. One you missed in Tennessee was Austin P.
Oh, my God, Mr. P!
Oh, man.
Belmont. Chattanooga, who we talked about earlier. Lipscomb. I didn't think anybody would get that.
Oh, Lipscomb, yeah.
Dang.
See, some of those I ventured to wonder if at one point they were D2.
No, Chandler said East. Shirley said Middle.
I said Tennessee.
Bryce, I'm going to give you a point. It doesn't matter because you did say Tennessee State.
Yes.
That's correct. UT Martin was another one. All right, we go to South Carolina. You've got Charleston Southern, the Citadel. Did anybody say College of Charleston?
I did.
Okay, all right. Presbyterian.
Oh, the Blue Hose.
The Blue Hose. Did anybody say Winthrop?
Nope.
No,
Winthrop.
and I should have known better.
Was in Carolina, in North Carolina.
Virginia, George Mason.
You're thinking of Wingate.
Did anybody say Hampton?
I did.
Okay. Longwood.
Oh, Longwood.
Radford.
Radford.
And William and Mary. Bill and Mary.
Oh.
Good.
Forgot about Bill.
So we didn't leave out too many. Good work. That was fun.
Yeah.
Especially when we got there in the middle and y'all just started rolling along. Shirley Rhodes, we need to open up the booty bag and make somebody a winner.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250, the number to call. Shirley, what are we giving away today?
How about a $10 gift card to Familia?
Man, that sounds good right about now. 317-1250, what caller are we looking for?
6.
Caller 6. You're our winner. We'll have Bryce's bracket reveal, Pirate Radio Outdoors, and more when we return after this.
This is bad.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Bud Light was proved to be delicious and easy to drink beer, even when little things in life are hard, like when the game is going into overtime, but you have even more time to enjoy it in a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Do you suffer from chronic aches, pains, or muscle tightness? Hey, I'm Jordan Mikesell with Bodies in Balance in Greenville. With degrees in physical, occupational, and massage therapy and certifications in stretching and flexibility, we know how stretching and massage can bring long-term results so you can live a pain-free and healthy life. Continue enjoying the activities you love by calling or texting 252-916-4530 to schedule your first stretch consultation or massage today. For more info, visit bodiesinbalance.com so you can start living an active life today.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville has a brand new updated menu. Open from 4 to 9 Tuesday through Saturday and 11 to 9 on Sundays, Familia has a variety of pizza combinations and classic Italian dishes that are sure to tackle your taste buds. Enjoy Thirsty Thursdays with $3 drafts with several local brews on tap. And who doesn't love brunch? Familia has Sunday brunch from 11 to 2. Follow Familia on social media for their pizza of the week for just $12. Visit online at familianc.com. Familia, that's Italian for family.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and congratulations to Eric Mazel of Greenville. Picked up a $10 gift card to Familia. Familia is your place for great Italian food, whether it's great New York-style pizzas, homemade meatballs, lasagna, chicken parm, or the delicious homemade desserts. Familia is a winning play every time. For dine-in or takeout, make Familia your go-to play when you have a hungry teen. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Bryce's bracket is complete.
Oh.
And he just never learns. He doesn't take the coaching from me.
I thought I did.
You thought you did?
Decently coached.
You've got one seed in the Final Four. Let's just go over your 1 seed real quick. You've got Kansas losing in round 2. Guess what? So do I.
Yeah.
To Arkansas. So don't, so you got them out.
Woo pig suey.
You got Houston losing in the Sweet 16 to Indiana. So you got Houston out. So, but 2 number 1s out. You do have Alabama in the Final Four.
Yeah.
You got Purdue losing in the Sweet 16. So you got your number 1s out early. Let's look at your number 2s real quick. You got Arizona losing in the first round.
That's some upset. Yep.
You got UCLA losing in the second round. You've got Texas losing in the first round. You got Marquette losing in the Sweet 16. I'm just saying, a lot of the big boys are out of your bracket after like a game or 2.
So I probably should have moved Marquette here. That would have been a little more realistic, maybe.
Well, or just not having Arizona out to Princeton would have been good, or Texas to Colgate. But look, here's what you got. Right now you're relying on two teams that I don't think a lot of people are going to have in the Final Four. Indiana and Kansas State. Those are your teams that you're backing this year.
Yeah.
If they make it to the championship and Indiana wins, I think you're going to win this bracket. So you got a shot.
All I need is a chance.
Why'd you ride K-State so far, I wonder? Any reason?
Well, I knew a guy. I played with a guy briefly in Arizona who was a kicker for Kansas State. So I just kind of said, you know what? Sounds cool. Cool upset against Kentucky. I'm like, I'm not really big on Kentucky. I said Kansas got good deer hunting, so let's move there.
Now we're getting into the reasoning.
That's kind of why Indiana went so far.
Good hunting there?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Big deer. Mississippi State was cool because it's Mississippi. To me, it seems cool. And Arkansas, same way with duck.
What was the Colgate reasoning?
Just because the toothpaste kind of just seemed cool.
Bryce said Colgate's going to what'd you say? Clean up Texas.
They're going to clean up Texas.
There you go. Brackets
They're going
with
to make
Bryce.
them white.
Brackets
white
with
flag.
Bryce. All right, let's go outdoors, Bryce. Been some cool weather, but man, beautiful day today.
I tell you what.
Not a cloud in the sky. So what's been going on?
This is the second weekend I've been able to be in the woods, on the water, and even hit little golf balls.
Man,
so I mean,
trifecta.
That's pretty much, you can call that a trifecta.
Surf and turf.
Yeah. Saturday, spent a lot of time on the tractor. I just got some main lanes cleared. And so, of course, the dirt is, or the soil, I guess you could say, it's not really turned up good. I'm trying to plant some food plots in there. So I spent time Saturday tilling up these sections of the lanes, probably maybe 40, 50 yards, maybe 60 yards from anywhere from around there. Tilling up the soil for that to get that ready. Spread fertilizer Friday on it, and then obviously the rain did its thing, and then tilled it up. So did that Saturday. Spread some soil also in front of the deer stand and kind of level things out where some low ground was. So did that pretty much all Saturday, and then Sunday I had another solo fishing trip, and thank goodness it was a wonderful day. I mean, I caught a pile of fish. Mainly some smaller ones, but I did catch a 20, 21, 19, 17-inch trout. So great day fishing. I wish I could have been out there longer, but family brunch plans obviously take precedent over that.
Family brunch.
I guess maybe it'd be more so lunch plans. But had a great fishing day, which I'm very thankful for. So was able to do that, and then I was able to play a few holes in golf. So we're doing it. The boat is fully serviced, ready for the summer, for fishing, boating, just whatever. So it is ready to go.
Man, sounds good.
And so is the woods.
You've done the prep work. You've laid the foundation. It's about time to reap those rewards.
Yes, it is.
Good stuff.
Yes, it is.
Bryce Williams, Pirate Radio Outdoors. We will take our final break, come back, get ready to wrap things up here on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Well hit to center. Let's watch that one. How far will it go? Wow, Murphy.
Hey, baseball fans, when's the last time you met a 2-time National League MVP and a 7-time Major League Baseball All-Star? Well, your chance is now, as Pirate Radio is bringing Dale Murphy, legendary Atlanta Brave, to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorships and ticket information's online now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, and there'll be a question and answer session. It's Dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details online now at pr927fm.com.
Flight by Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Papa John's just flipped pizza night on its head. This is the new crispy Parm Pizza, and it puts toasted Parmesan where it's never been before, on the bottom. Introducing the crispy Parm Pizza, only from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. UniversitySportswearENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, UniversitySportswearENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit UniversitySportswearENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. UniversitySportswearENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of PIP Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growitpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. PIP, where business goes to grow.
Pirate Radio.
You know, for having such a bleak outlook on pirates, you're well on your way to becoming one.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The stock market had a pretty good day today. The Dow was up 336 points at 32,155. NASDAQ was ahead 239 at 11,428, and the S&P closed out the day up 63 points at 3,919. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show and... Oh, yeah.
All right, so do you know who that is, Chandler?
That's Andy Dalton.
It is Andy Dalton.
The Red Rifle.
The new Panthers quarterback, according to Adam Schefter. 2 years, $10 million. So you've got... Boy, you have not closed your mouth. You got your veteran backup to usher in the new guy.
Who are his quarterbacks?
Panthers?
Yeah.
Well, they on Friday they traded for the number 1 pick. So they're going to draft one.
We're going to draft one. Sam Darnold's going to San Fran. It looks like we might be shopping Matt Corral. So Matt Corral might be moved.
So they're going a whole new blank slate here.
And
Dalton and a rookie.
Dalton could be sort of like a this isn't funny. Nothing's funny. A Derek Anderson to the Panthers, who was a big backup for Cam Newton.
Long time.
Interesting.
There you go. Bryce, enjoyed it, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck with your I'll try to remember. How about you text me and say, hey, man, any updates? And I'll give you a few tidbits on the tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
And don't,
I probably won't follow it.
Don't ask what channel the games are on, because some games are on True TV.
I'll direct you if you need to.
I'm going to say, hey, Clip, what we got, where we standing?
Yeah, I got you. Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt. We'll see y'all Wednesday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 12.